Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. We're alive. We're alive. We're alive. We're alive. We're alive. Guys, type your ones and twos. You guys already know the drill. Is the background too far up to the top? Or is it legible? Can we read? I missed you guys too. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hi,
Hi, can I get your age?
19.
Okay. Do you disagree with the prompt?
Yes. So, I'm confused. How is it perpetrating rape culture?
Well, yeah, trans women who don't disclose, trans women who willingly don't disclose to sexual partners that they're trans or that they're male, are perpetuating rape culture. You're taking away a person's right or a person's ability to exercise informed consent.
Okay, but you didn't specify though. You said trans women are sexist and perpetrate rape
They are
culture.
they are sexist and they do that. There are trans women that do. Yeah.
But not all trans women
Does it say
do
all
not
trans women or does
disclose.
it say trans women?
It says trans women, so
Yeah,
which means you're
it
referring to
doesn't
trans
say
people.
it doesn't say all. It says trans women. So if I say
I'm not
that
gonna lie though. I'd be
if
mad and jealous too
if
if
I
I had a
say
face like
sorry,
that.
you know what,
I'd
I'd be
be
mad and jealous if I was a man who wanted to be a woman so badly but couldn't be one. That's where the
You're
jealousy is.
ugly as fuck.
The
Look at your ugly
jealousy.
ass
Do you
hair.
see how you guys resort to insults when you guys can't win
Big
an
ass head,
argument?
bitch. You look like a Nathaniel.
Just repeating the same nonsense
You're
over and
ugly
over.
as fuck.
The same thing. The same. Do you guys have any new material? Do any of the trans people have any new material? Because I
Harambe,
don't see any new material. I just keep hearing the same nonsense over and over.
Harambe, calm down.
Can a man in a dress come up and actually argue the point? Or because I guarantee you, you're probably another one. You're probably just like the trans women out there who don't disclose and walk around sleeping with men and going, "I'm in a straight relationship." So how about you actually address the prompt and not be a pussy? You don't have one of those, by the way. So are you gonna address the prompt or are you gonna come up and be a little bitch? What are you gonna do? Because
You're just ugly as
you can
fuck. Like,
engage with the
nigger,
topic. I
please,
don't
black
care
ass
how
nigger.
ugly you think I am. I'm talking about the
Go
topic.
pick my cotton,
Do
bitch,
you
and
want
shut.
to? Yeah, and there we go. So there's the racism. So you guys say that y'all are pro human rights and y'all are pro this and the third, and you guys never ever actually come up and actually can argue a point without either being racist or xenophobic or saying something to that effect. You people are so pathetic, and then you wonder why people don't support trans people. That's the funny part too. You guys don't. You guys you guys wonder why people don't support trans people, but that's how y'all behave when you don't get your way. Can I get your age, please?
20, 23.
Okay, do you disagree with the prompt?
Yes.
Why so?
Mostly because of the picture
Because of the picture. The picture is just an example of a
of
trans woman.
Hunter.
The picture is just an example of a trans woman. Do you disagree that trans women are sexist and perpetuate rape culture? That's my question.
Yes,
Why so?
because I highly doubt you're gonna find trans people that are just calling people out.
Do you understand the point being made here, or are you just here to talk to talk? Because I don't think you actually understand what's being said here.
I think I'm understanding what's being said, actually.
Okay, what is my point?
The point is that trans women are raping people
How are they raping people?
by having access to female spaces.
No, that's not what I said. That's a different conversation, but that's not what I'm saying. Okay, I'm saying trans women are raping people by deception. Do you know what rape by deception means by law?
No.
Okay, that's the issue. So you're ignorant. So we all type ignorant in chat. So the rape by deception is essentially where you don't allow the person to be aware of all the circumstances under which they're engaging in sexual relations. And for example, if a person doesn't disclose that they have a sexually transmittable disease or an STD, for example, and they sleep with someone, that's an example of rape by deception. The same thing applies to biological sex. Trans women are going around, they are sleeping around with men, DL men at that, or even straight men who don't know that they're men, right? And not telling them that they're male. That is rape by deception. That is perpetuating rape culture. How many of y'all have seen trans women host lives and say that they don't owe people disclosure? We see it all the time. They say they don't owe people disclosure and they don't have to tell people that they're trans. Well, you do. In sexual relations, you do. Right?
Is there a stat?
Is there a what?
Stat.
I don't need a stat for that. There are trans women that do that. I've engaged with them. There are trans women. I had a trans woman here probably a month ago who said that he doesn't disclose to any of the men he sleeps with. And I told him, you are essaying all of those men. And he laughed. He laughed. He laughed after I told him that you should disclose what sex you are to people that you're engaging in sexually with. And he didn't want to acknowledge that he was perpetuating rape culture. He didn't want to admit that he was essaying those men. As far as the sexism goes, I think it's very self-explanatory. Trans women walk around all day saying that their womanhood is attributed to long hair and stereotypes and makeup and being feminine, and all of those things are just sexist stereotypes that have been used historically to oppress women and to restrict women. So when men go and say they are women by doing those things, it's also sexist. That's where the sexism and the grape culture is. If
there might be
confused about
some
it.
people that basically lie, but most trans women do tell.
No, they don't.
I would
Most
say,
most trans women I've engaged with think that straight men will date them and they don't have to disclose. That's not true.
Have you met any on the street?
No.
Because that's how basically rare that would be.
No, I'm talking about trans women who have spoken about their relations with other people in public. Online to me, and they do not disclose.
How many have come to you?
A lot. At least 10.
Well, I've got more like 50 trans people that don't do that.
Okay, and those trans people are fine, but the trans women that do, they are perpetuating rape culture. Where's the disagreement with the prompt?
I guess we're in agreement there.
Okay, as far as the sexism is concerned, do you disagree with the sexism?
Define sexism in the terms of trans.
Sexism isn't specific to trans people. Sexism just refers to stereotyping, prejudice, or antagonism or discrimination on the basis of sex. And trans women stereotype women a lot. They even take on those stereotypes and then say that they are women because they partake in those stereotypes. That is part of sexism.
I would say we don't agree there.
Okay, why do you disagree?
I would say I don't agree because it's basically like saying that a trans woman's automatically going to be having a persona, basically.
That does not entail. Okay, you're slow. I don't even see. This is. Tiki, can I go ahead and get your age?
I am 22.
Okay, do you disagree with the prompt?
Yes, I do.
Okay, y'all know exactly what to type in chat. Why don't you go ahead and tell me why you disagree?
I guess you're
Chaos.
saying that trans women are just men who, want to be feminine, but aren't you doing the same thing? You're contradicting.
That's not what I said. So I don't see how that follows.
Isn't that the characteristic of a trans woman?
No.
They're trying to be feminine, but
No, they're trying to be women.
yeah, and you're trying to be a woman as well.
No, I'm not.
You're not, just because you're not saying you're trying to be one.
I am not trying to be a woman because I have done nothing to my body to make myself look
So
like
why
a
are you
female
being-
or be
I mean,
female.
Look at your hair and your voice.
Is hair sex specific in humans? Pretty sure it's not. So no.
You don't have to claim to be a murderer to murder, right?
Sorry, I'm not claiming to be a woman. I'm not trying to be one. I can be feminine, but I'm not a woman.
Exactly, but you don't have to say you're something to, be something.
Okay, but just because you say I am something also does not mean I am that thing.
I stated, things that you did.
Okay, is Jason Momoa a woman? Is he trying to be a woman?
You're trying to copy characteristics of.
Answer my question. Is Jason Momoa trying to be a woman? He has long hair. Longer hair than me.
But that's his goal?
Answer my question. Is Jason Momoa trying to be a woman?
None of us.
And by the way, just to clarify, this is exactly the sexism I'm talking about as well, because the sexism also goes both ways. You all stereotype women, and then you tell men who are feminine that they also want to be women when they have long hair. Men can have long hair, baby. I'm not sure if you live in 1901, but men can have long hair. So the sexism coming from you towards me because you are trying to, I don't know if you want to sleep with trans women or something. I don't know what the reason is for it, but it's not cute.
So why do you try to have your voice so feminine, man? You could sound.
Why do I try to what?
Like your voice feminine?
Men cannot have feminine voices.
That's not naturally.
This is my natural tone of voice. Yes, it is.
That's a lie. You're forcing that.
I'm not forcing it. This is how I speak.
Why have I heard you, talk masculine before?
Yeah, because I force my voice to go lower.
Exactly, and that's what you're doing right now.
No, I'm not. Forcing my voice to go lower would not be making it feminine.
I can do this.
Why is this nigga trying to psychoanalyze me? Sir, can you address the topic, please?
Yeah, so trans women are women mainly because, a woman is an adult human female, and I feel like,
Trans women are not adult human females.
so what are they?
Adult human males.
That's a claim, Mr. Fox.
That's a fact. That's one of the necessary conditions to being a trans woman. It's to be born male.
I mean, no, that's a claim you're making.
That's a fact. Okay. Can you tell me what a trans woman is?
A trans woman is a natural born female.
A trans woman is a what?
Being mistaken as a male.
A trans woman is a what?
A natural born female.
Yeah, you don't know what a trans woman is. I'm gonna move on. Can I get your age?
I'm
Can I-
54. I have a question.
What's your question?
You say you're transgender, right?
I'm not transgender. No,
What do you claim then?
I'm a man.
You're a man.
Yes,
Are you sure about that?
I am.
Okay, well, the transgender crap needs to stop.
Okay.
There's no such thing as transgender. Nothing at all. There's no such thing. You're a man, you're a man. You're a woman, you're a woman. It's how you were born. It's how it's going to stay. You can cut whatever thing off you want. It don't matter.
Go ahead and read the prompt slowly for me, please. Read it out loud. Slowly.
There's no such thing as trans, so that doesn't exist.
Girl, read the background. You did read the background.
And I'm telling you right now.
Read the background at a glacial pace for
You
me,
need to
please.
you need to redo your
Read-
background. Chris,
read-
trans
read
does
the-
not exist.
Why do okay, all right. We actually disagree there. Why does trans not exist? Why?
Because if you have a penis, you're a man. If you have a vagina, you're a woman. That's all there is. There's no trans involved. You can pretend all you want to be whatever other sex you want to be.
But that's what trans is. The trans is to pretend.
There is no trans.
But the trans is to pretend.
That means you guys don't have
What? What?
You know what? I could tell you're a gay man.
Okay, and
And you really need to get some mental help.
I thought you were going after trans people. Why are you going after me now? Why are you going after me?
You're acting stupid.
What did I do?
Is that your mentality?
Can we get what did I do? What did I do?
Oh, for God's sake, you're ridiculous.
What did I do? What did I what did I do?
Hey, she was so out of line.
I do. Okay.
Girl, you need to go and take a bath and stop chatting.
Can I get your age?
I'm 21.
Okay. Do you think trans women are women?
I think as long as they are feeling confident in themselves, I don't think it's anyone's business. I
Well-
really think that if it's like your beliefs and just like people's religions, people don't say stuff about people being Muslim or Christian being Christianity and stuff. So they shouldn't be saying stuff about transgender people. If the
Well, I'm
transgender
simply
people-
asking whether or not you think trans women are women. That's really the question. Do you think that they're women?
I think they are who they think they are.
Okay, so if they think they're women, then you think they're women.
If they're not doing nothing to me and they're not harming me, it doesn't harm
Well,
nobody.
I'm just asking whether or not you think they're women. I didn't ask you whether or not it harms you. I don't have to be harmed by something to acknowledge that it's wrong. I've never been harmed by human trafficking, for example. I doesn't mean I don't think human trafficking is wrong. So that's not really an argument, right? Just because
Right,
something
so
doesn't
doesn't-
impact you doesn't mean that it doesn't impact everybody else. So that's not really my
Yeah.
question. So yet again, hold on one sec. Yeah. So do you think that they're women is the question?
They're not females by science, but they move better than some females I know.
What?
No, it's like I'm saying, and sorry, I'm stuttering, Bez. It's not like scientifically females. Like they
Are
haven't got
they
female
are they women? And who are they moving better than? Because that's what I heard.
Better than most females out here.
Where? This is the sexism I'm talking about. Girl, how much internalized misogyny are you dealing with? You think men are doing it better than the blueprint? Are we
No.
joking?
No.
Well, that's what you said. You
Not-
said that the trans women are moving better than most. The women, most is crazy. Any at all is crazy, but most of all, what
If
makes
you
you
hear
what
what
makes
these
you say
females
what
are
makes you say
doing-
that?
If you hear what these females are doing, like in London, not just London, all around places and stuff, it's madness. That's why I say most females.
Can I highlight how sexist and reductive you're being to women? You call trans women,
I am a female.
and then you call women females and dehumanize them. Do you see how do you? I hate when I see a woman prioritize men in dresses over her own sex. You're just calling women. No, but it's true. You're calling women females, and you're not calling. And then you call trans women trans women. So the trans women get the humanizing term. They get woman, but actual women get female.
But in like as in
Thank you,
sex-
Spicy.
As in like sex education, isn't there male and the female?
Yeah, but male and female adult humans are called men and women. That's what they're called.
But
Right.
some people don't act like that.
Some people don't act like what?
Like grown people.
Okay, hold on. All right. So you said that trans women are women. This is basically what you're trying to say. Tell everybody in here what a woman is. Go ahead and tell us. I don't really understand what it is that you always say. Oh, she left. Okay. All right. Can I get your age?
I'm 18.
Okay. Do you think trans women are? What's going on with your background?
Oh, sorry, there's just a bomb going on. That's my bad.
A
It's a game.
what?
Bomb. But that's a game, obviously. Anyway, to the question, you know.
No.
To the question, you know.
No. What's going on?
Well, the bomb's been diffused now.
Oh, what? Hey, stop saying that word.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
no, I'm
well,
not in danger, guys.
as long as it's diffused.
Yeah, we diffused. Yeah.
All right. How old did you say you were?
I'm 18.
Right. Do you disagree with the prompt?
I was just gonna ask, like, isn't like any sort of like homosexuality, for example, trans people, isn't that all just like a social construct in a way? Like
I don't understand that question at all.
like a social construct, like it's just been made by. I don't know how I can word it for you to understand if you don't get what I mean by a social construct. Like,
I don't think being homosexual is a social construct. Being straight is not a social construct. No,
I
no.
think it is. It's kind of. It can also depend on how you brought up in a way.
Okay, but what does that have to do with? Okay, do you think trans women are women?
Not really. No.
Okay. Do you think that? Do you what part of the prompt do you disagree with? Is my question.
Well, they just don't have the chromosomes to be a female.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
really quickly, I'm so sorry. Can I get WKT in chat for the $12 on PayPal? She said, "Welcome back, Merry Christmas." Can I get WKT? That's KATIE.
WK, guys.
Can I get WKT in chat for the $12 on PayPal? I appreciate you, Katie. Good to see you, love. Merry Christmas to you as well. So, I don't really understand here. What are you trying to ask me?
I don't. Well, I was okay. Well, I was really here just to figure out how you see like a trans person as like that gender. Because isn't the whole meaning of trans that you transform one to another? So it kind of doesn't make you one of those people. It make just like how if you used to revert from one religion to another, you're not truly. You wasn't originally that. You know what I mean?
Right, but the thing is, beliefs about religion are mutable. Biology is not. So it's not analogous, right? They don't transform into anything. This isn't Autobots rollout. You don't get to transform from an
So what you're
Autobot to a
saying to me is
Decepticon.
biologically you can change from a man to a woman.
No, you. I'm saying you can't.
Well, you're saying we can't.
You cannot.
Oh, I thought you were saying they can.
No, they can't. Humans cannot change sex.
Oh, so you're saying trans women aren't women?
They're not women to me. No, that's why I asked you if you thought that they were women. And
Oh,
I'm simply
shit.
stating that there are trans women out there who perpetuate sexism and rape culture. And I explained before, any trans woman who does not disclose that they are trans or that they are male to sexual partners is perpetuating rape culture and is also committing a form of sexual assault. The same thing
Okay.
applies to trans men. And I think that there are trans women out there who are sexist because they seem to think that womanhood is just all about stereotypes, long hair, makeup, heels, and all those feminine things that society has deemed appropriate for women. And it's just sexist. is the point. So
Okay, I don't think I read it carefully when I first came on because I thought you was with the trans people, like being able to consider themselves like
no,
that. That's my apologies.
no, I'm mentally sane. I'm one of those mentally sane people.
Yeah, well. Anyway, I respect your opinion. I'll let you go and debate someone else who's like mentally deranged. Good luck.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming up. Jerome, can I get your age?
I'm 20.
Okay. Do you think trans women are women?
I think some of them are women.
Here comes the chaser. Okay. Tell us what a woman is. Go ahead.
Adult human female, right?
Right, but no trans woman is an adult human female. So how do they fit into that equation?
Edna, are you bi or are you like straight? What are you?
Relevant?
I'm trying to holler at you, bro.
No.
Why not?
If you're trying to holler at me, this is not the way you do it.
How else am I gonna... Yo, you probably get so many
Send
DMs.
me a message. Why are
probably
you...
get so...
No,
No, you
that's
probably
cr-
get so many DMs.
That's
of people
corny.
trying to fuck you
No.
up.
No.
Nah, you get
Message
hella
me.
hate, bro. Why am I gonna DM you? You're not gonna respond to
No.
that shit.
No, this is not the way to do that.
No, you're not gonna respond, bro.
I'll respond.
No, you're gonna be like...
No, I'll respond.
You get too many hate comments,
I'll
bro. There's
respond
people trying to kill you, bro.
If you send me a message, I'll reply.
All right,
Okay.
bet. I'm gonna send you a
Okay.
message of me naked in the mirror. I got you.
No, please do not do that.
That's easy bait though. That's how you.
No,
That's
not how you do it, sir. No.
That's how I do it. It works 100% success
Baby
rate.
steps.
I'm gonna do it again.
Baby steps. Okay.
100% success rate, and it never fails.
People are crazy. Okay. All right. Is that it?
Let me see. Would you get a BBL?
No.
Why not?
I don't. I like my butt by itself.
Is it big?
Sir, get out my life. Goodbye. Tom?
35.
Okay. Do you disagree with the prompt?
Yeah, sure. But I just want to say, you say that you know all this stuff. You know what's really dangerous? You spouting these things without having actually proof or numbers or whatever you want to call it. And
I do have proof. I do have
How
proof.
do you know? How do you know?
I've
Do you know,
engaged with
500 trans people?
with trans
Do you
women.
know- Do you know all these trans women who have sex with people without
I
telling them
have
this?
spoken,
How
sir.
do you know? How do you know?
Do you want me to answer you, or you want to keep talking to yourself? Dumbass.
I will listen.
All right, so stop talking then. The reason I know is because I talk to them all the time. I speak to these persons on a deep personal level every single day, and they tell us all the time that they sleep around with men and they don't disclose. There are lives, probably one being tons of them being hosted right now, saying that trans women don't owe people disclosure. Yes, the fuck they do. If you are engaging in sexual relations with a person, the utmost important thing that should be disclosed, the first thing that should be disclosed, is what sex you are. If you're a person engaging in sexual relations or romantic relations with people and you are not telling them what sex you are essaying that person. It is essay by deception. And it is very, very easy. It's very easy to understand. The problem is, trans people seem to have an issue understanding consent. You don't respect women's spaces. They go into women's spaces without women's consent. Thank you. Go. Can I give you a golden chat for the galaxy? They go into women's spaces without their consent. They don't understand consent. That's a clear issue here. The lack of understanding with consent. So that's how I know. Because I've seen them and I speak to them. How many people in chat have spoken to trans women? One second. No. Stop. How many people have spoken to trans women who admit that they do not disclose to their sexual partners? It is very, very much out there. We see them all the time. They say it all the time. They host literal lives announcing that they do not believe that they should be disclosing to anybody because we're women. Oh, sorry. We're women. No, you're not a woman. You're a man. And you owe it to people out of honesty and out of transparency to disclose what sex you are. You should not be fooling men. And here's the funny part, and it's not even really funny, but it is funny at the same time. They all complain and say that trans people are being unalived and trans women are being unalived and so on, and trans people are oppressed. You know why? Because y'all are sleeping around with men, you're essaying them, and when the men physically retaliate against those trans women, they play victim. It is so dumb. It is so stupid.
So you approve physical retaliation in any way.
Yes, I clip me saying this. If you essay anybody and they clock and they knock you the fuck out, I do not care.
So
you don't get
an
to
eye
take
for an eye.
you nobody, and that goes for any person. If you essay someone and they rock your shit, do not cry about it. You have taken away that person's consent. I don't give a shit. I don't care what that person does to you, trans or not. You don't get to essay someone and then play victim. I don't give a shit. So if you go around and you sleep around with men and you don't tell them that you're a man yourself, and the man knocks you the fuck out, do not come crying and claiming transphobia. Thank you, Gold. Can I get up your gold in chat for the whale dynamic? Thank you, Gold. Right? Do not play victim. That's what trans women do. They play victim. Thank you, Gold. Can I get W? My MVP. W Gold in chat. Thank you, love. Right? That's what it is. Right? There are lots of cases, and you can go and look them up. There's lots of cases you can go and look up on the internet of trans women being unalived. And when you look further down into the reason, it is because they are sleeping around with men and then not disclosing. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Gold. Appreciate you. That's what needs to be understood. Trans women and trans men need to disclose what sex they are. That's just a fact.
If you are saying the truth, that you really talk to these persons and you know these people and they admit that they do this kind of things, I think there's something wrong with your friends and the people who open these lives.
Nigga, who said I was friends? Who said I was friends with them? Who said that I was? I never said I was. I never said I was friends with these people. I said I've spoken to them. At no point in time. Thank you, Gold. Can I get up you Gold in chat with fireworks? Thank you, Gold. Appreciate you, love. At no point in time did I say that I am friends with these people. I'm saying I speak to them. These are random people that either join my lives or random people who I speak to. Random trans people who say that they do not believe they have to disclose. Who remembers about a month ago, it was one of those days I did my collab with Christy, and I was sitting on the live with Christy, and I literally ended the entire live because I was so disgusted at a trans woman who admitted, right, that he sleeps around with lots and lots of men and he thinks they're straight and he does not disclose. He said it. I ended the entire live because I was so disgusted, and he was laughing about it. The trans woman sat up there, and the person was laughing. After I said, you are taking away those men, those men and their right to consent. And he was laughing the entire time. It was disgusting. He had no issue with it at all. And that is part of my problem. You guys, and when I say you guys, there are trans people out there who do things. Thank you, Up Too Late. Okay, with the money gun. Thank you, Up Too Late. Can I get you Up Too Late in chat for the money guns? Thank you. There are trans women out there, and this is the thing that you all do. They play victim after they do things that make themselves victims. And I'm not saying it like it would be like in an essay situation. They are doing things, they are essaying men, and then getting mad when the men retaliate. I'm making it 100% clear. If you essay a person and they physically retaliate against you, you have no right to cry. And I certainly will not help you. It is wrong. You don't get to essay. You don't get to essay people and then play victim. Absolutely not.
And then why don't you post their picture on your live instead of Hunter Schafer and the other person?
These are just examples of trans women. I just put a picture up of two trans women. Yeah. I didn't say these. I don't know what their lives are like for. Oh, thank you, Gold. Can I get up your golden chat for the galaxies? Thank you, love. I'm not specifically talking about.
You're so opinionated.
Wait, I'm sorry.
So opinionated. If you are so opinionated about these people that you have spoken to, and you disagree with the way that they handle their sexual encounters, and you call them rape victims by choice.
You have to say grape. Not you can't say that word.
Oh yeah, sorry, grape victims. Mm-hmm. Then why don't you post their pictures on? Why do you have to post these two
because
pictures?
I don't see what they look like. These are just examples of trans women. That's all that I put up. But the fact of the matter is there are trans women out there who do that. Right? And I would say I would say that for anybody who does not disclose critical information when it comes to sexual relations, it is rape by deception and it needs to be acknowledged.
I think that you are very, very opinionated and your lives are getting more and more opinionated, and it's just an opinion. It's just an opinion.
It is a fact that you are raping a person. No, it's a fact. It is a fact in the. It is a. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. If I have HIV/AIDS, for example, and I engage sexually with a person, and I do not tell them that I have HIV/AIDS, and they end up contracting it, is that SA?
But that's about a disease.
Is that SA?
No, that's, I don't know if it's.
You
I
are
can't
part.
answer that.
You are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. There it is. There it is.
I would never have sex
There
with somebody
it
if
there there it is. There it is. You don't even know how great by deception works. That's why you're not registering what I'm saying to you. Okay? Yes, if you did
That's
not tell a
another
let
opinion.
me ask my chat, because my chat is far more sensible. People in chat, if I have HIV/AIDS and I know I have HIV/AIDS and I go and sleep with a person and I do not tell them that I have HIV/AIDS and they end up contracting HIV/AIDS, or even they don't get it, and I told them that I didn't have HIV/AIDS and I slept with them, is that SA? It is. You should disclose. Thank you, Gold Local. Can I get your gold? Thank you, Gold. Right? It's SA. The same thing applies to male and female. If I am engaging with a person who I think is a female and the person's actually male, the person themselves knows that they are a male, and they do not tell me, and I sleep with them under the incorrect impression that they are female, that is SA. It is called rape by deception. Look it up.
Yeah.
Right. So yet again, SA. Trans people need to disclose. It is wrong if they don't disclose in those kinds of scenarios. It is wrong, and they should not be doing it. Right? That is part of the grape culture. And I can also talk about the second part of grape culture, where women's no's are now being ignored by trans women. That's the next part too that you all aren't ready to talk about. Trans women going into women's spaces even when women are saying no. What people in chat, what does no mean? Pretty sure it means nuh-uh. It's a complete sentence. It's one word and a complete sentence. It means no. So when women say, I don't want trans women in my restroom, and I don't want men in my restroom, and trans women go in and say, well, I pass as a woman, so I'm going to go into the women's restroom because none of the women know that I'm in there because I pass. That's also a boundary violation. Right? So that's part of the. I'm sorry. Why are you hitting a Japanese symbol or whatever the thing? What was that?
Me, that's just the message I have.
Okay, right. So put your phone on silent, please.
Yeah, silence it.
Okay, right.
I think.
So yet again, now do you understand where I'm coming from as far as this the chat is like. So now do you understand where I'm coming from as far as this issue is concerned? Do you now finally understand where it is that I'm going with this?
You can talk till the cows come home, boy, but it's just an opinion, and of course your shadow.
I justified the opinion, and I proved to you how it is factually SA. I just explained this to you, so I don't even know how you're not getting this.
No, just because you have a big mouth doesn't mean you prove anything.
Okay. What do you still disagree with what I'm saying, right?
No, I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. I disagree with the fact that you always keep saying these things.
But
everything you say,
bro, if you
opinion.
don't disagree with the opinion and the things that I'm saying are my opinions, then you agree. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I don't agree.
You just said, okay, when you don't disagree with something, what does it mean? To not disagree with something. Well,
No,
in the
you don't
English
have to
language,
go,
a double negative is a what? A positive in English language. If you say, bro, this nigga is slow. If you don't disagree with me, it means you agree. That's what that means.
You can talk. You are so good at talking, but you're just.
What am I supposed to do? A paraplegic who can't speak? No, I can talk.
You don't have to be ridiculous.
I'm good at speaking, so what? I don't really get your point. What do you disagree with? What do you disagree with, sir?
I disagree with the fact that you pose your opinions as facts. Everything you say is opinion.
It is factual that if you do not disclose critical information to sexual intercourse, romantic or physical or sexual relations, it is SA. That's a fact. How else are we defining the word S? Is not your is that the rebuttal? The rebuttal is no?
You ask me and I say no, it's not true.
Okay, why not?
I'm not.
Why not?
English is not my first language.
Bitch,
and
I
I'm
don't
not as
care.
good as
Listen,
Christian.
common sense isn't your first sense either, yet here we are. Answer my question. Why not?
Because I don't agree.
Why
Because it's an opinion, not a fact.
why don't you agree with the opinion?
Because my opinion is that it's not true.
Why?
I honestly don't know. It's just I feel that it's not true.
Get off my live. You're slow. Type your ones and twos, chat. We are just looking for some debates. Let Rue up because Rue's asking to come up. Yes.
Oh, okay. So,
Go ahead. Did you seriously request the box to play a symbol? Get off my live! It's a gong. Listen, get away. Bobby, can I get your age?
I'm 19.
You're 19. Okay. Do you disagree with the
Bitch,
prompt?
you're gay. Don't make fun of my voice. You're a
I'm not
faggot.
making fun of your voice. You sound like a dying dog on helium. What?
Bitch, you're a faggot. Listen
What
to
do
your
you disagree?
voice.
And there's the homophobia. Do y'all ever get tired?
You're a...
The pot calling the kettle black is crazy.
No, how are you gonna make fun of my voice when you sound like
I
you're a faggot?
didn't say anything about you being gay. I just mimicked your voice. Maybe it was because I liked your accent. But you just came.
Okay, so
quick-
let me mimic
you-
your
you
Jamaican
came-
African
you-
voice.
go-
Do I
go-
do that?
Do you think Jamaica is in Africa? Jamaica is in the Caribbean. What? Jamaica. Where is Jamaica? Y'all need a map. I'll put a map on screen for you dumbasses. Jamaica is not in Africa. If you're gonna be racist right. Hi, can I get your age? 1 sec.
21.
Okay, do you disagree with the prompt?
Yeah.
Y'all know what to type in chat.
Well, are you just going to say it's sexist because it reaffirms societal gender standards?
It reinforces stereotypes, yes.
In what way is that sexist?
You don't know. You don't. In what way are societal gender norms sexist? Ah! Okay. That's a very crazy question, right? Well, they're used to restrict. They're used to restrict women and their expression. That's one. They're used to restrict women and their expression.
No.
Gender norms and standards are used to restrict women because they essentially say that women who do not, well, in this context, women who do not meet those standards are not women, or they're seen as less than women. Stereotyping is also a part of sexism. Do you know what sexism is?
It's the prejudice based upon sex, yeah.
No, it's not only prejudice. It refers to stereotyping, prejudice, as well as discrimination or antagonism on the basis of sex. Okay, so those gender norms and stereotypes, I'm not done talking. Those gender norms and those standards are very stereotypical. They're sort of oversimplified generalizations applied to women. And so when you tell women that men can be women if they take on those societal norms and stereotypes, that is in fact sexist.
Well, no, it's not sexist. So there's generally...
Okay, so nuh-uh is the rebuttal.
Well,
Okay,
I was
all right.
actually continuing what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Well, that's what I was going to do, right? So generally there's a threshold in society on how we're able to socially identify what a woman is. So like when you're walking down the street and you look across and you see someone with like long hair, like makeup, depending on like the clothes they wear, that's how you...
The sexism!
No, that's not...
Go
What
ahead.
about that? Wait, what about that sexist?
Yeah, saying that women are defined as women because of those things is sexist.
You
there are lots
realize
of
we do
women
that with literally every object in society.
No, we don't. We
How
may
do- okay.
perceive. We may. I think. Stop. You are confusing how we perceive men and women versus what defines men and women.
No,
That's where
I'm not
you seem.
defining.
You seem to be having the. I'm still talking. That's where you seem to be having the disconnect. There's a there's a difference between how women are perceived as opposed to what women are. Okay, so yes, a person may infer or a person may assume, the operative word being assume, that a person is a woman based upon particular characteristics like long hair and those things. It does not mean that that's what defines women. The sexism comes in when you say women are defined by those things. So trans women saying we are women because we have long hair and because we have makeup and because we have these particular things is where the sexism is.
I'm not saying...
It also excludes lots of women who do not conform to gender standards.
I'm not saying if you don't meet these things, you aren't a woman, right? But generally, through society, how we identify certain objects, there's a characteristic like checklist.
Are women objects?
I'm talking about objects in society.
Are women objects?
Is this some weird gotcha that you're trying to do?
Are women? It's a simple question. Are women objects, sir?
I don't like the framing of the question, but sure.
Are women? I didn't like the phrasing of your statement. Hence, I'm asking you a question. Are women objects?
What do you think I mean by objects?
Are women objects?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, there's a sexism again.
That's
What
not
is an
sexism.
object? What is an object?
It's just a material presence.
A material presence. Okay, then you're using the word object differently from most people.
Well, that's why.
Right?
Well, that's
So
I'm
well,
not
that's why
objectifying
I
them.
asked you. That's why I asked you. Are women objects? Okay. So yet again, I don't think women are objects in my sense. Women are physical human beings, right?
Aware.
So we perceive them through those social stereotypes. Yes, but we're trying to break away from that, and part of breaking away from that is not defining women by those things.
Okay. So
And that's what trans women are. That's what trans women are doing. So you're not actually addressing my argument.
Well,
You're
I
just
am.
pointing out that we perceive. You're not. You're just pointing out that we perceive men and women through those stereotypes. I don't deny that. Trans women's claim, however, is not that we perceive women through those lenses. It is that they are women because they have those particular characteristics, and that is where the sexism is.
no, they're not saying they are women because of that, right?
Yes, they are.
Wait,
Yes, they are. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you going to deny that trans? Okay, I'll ask my chat. People in chat, how many times have who here has heard a trans woman say that they are women because they are feminine? Can you stop talking? Because you are denying that they're saying that, and that's exactly what they're saying. We're not going to be gaslit. Trans women say all the time that they are women because they possess characteristics that are typically associated culturally with the female sex, which essentially are just feminine traits. Yes, it is sexism. And that's exactly what they're saying. You might not be saying that, so speak for yourself. But trans women are saying they are women because they have those characteristics. So you're not listening to trans women.
Well, no, you're conflating, because I do agree with that, right? How they're able to be socially identified is because they do meet a checklist of qualifiers that we do identify as
Which
women.
are no, we identify as feminine.
Woman, right?
Feminine, not woman. Because there are women who don't possess those checklist of characteristics,
woman
and
is
there are
the-
men that do.
Woman is a societal standard, right?
No, feminine is a societal standard, and there's a conflation again. You
Is there-
keep conflating.
I'm not-
Stop talking. You keep conflating what is considered socially and culturally feminine with what a woman is. And that's also part of the sexism. Women themselves are not a standard. Women are held to standards. That is what you need to understand. So women are held to a particular standard in society, and women don't have to adhere to that standard if they don't want to. They are no less or more women because they don't do those things. You as a man coming up here and saying that women are defined as a societal standard is part.
That they're defined by that. Wait, is there a difference between gender and sex?
There is a difference between gender and sex, but gender is not woman and man. That's where the conflation is.
Okay.
Do you understand? Stop. Do you understand do you understand? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you understand the gender sex distinction in sociology?
Yeah.
Describe the gender. What is meant by gender in sociology as a social construct?
It's a societally defined norm. So these are usually
Okay.
by the
What are the norms called?
It could be like your occupation. It could be the way you dress.
I didn't ask for examples of the norms. What are the norms called? What are the categories of norms?
Identification. So we can do. Like,
No, so you don't understand sociology. You're ignorant. Sociology, when referring to gender as a social concept, they are referring to social and cultural characteristics associated with men and women, i.e., masculine and feminine qualities, attributes, norms, and roles. So masculine and feminine are the stop. Masculine and feminine are the social constructs, not a woman and a man. So the gender sex distinction has nothing to do with women. Women are not the social. You didn't lay it out because you keep thinking that woman is the social standard. Woman is the person who is held to that standard, not the standard itself. You are dehumanizing women by referring to them as a standard. Women are not a standard. Women are human beings, female human beings who are held to that standard, and they do not have to adhere to that standard. They don't have to. That's part of the reason that that's part of the reason that we are critical of gender. That's why we are called gender criticals. We are criticizing that social idea and criticizing the idea and rejecting the idea that women have to meet a particular standard to be women. And you are supporting trans people and saying the opposite.
First off, to be identified societally as a woman, you literally do have to meet some type of societal standard, right?
Okay, but woman isn't a social concept. That's the part that we're rejecting.
It quite literally is.
It is not. You can socially no. Stop over talking me on my own life. You can socially perceive women, but women are not a social concept. No, they're not.
So I think you're conflating a couple things. This doesn't deteriorate the value of women at all.
It does, because there are lots of women who are not going to meet those standards. As a matter of fact, list me. Stop, because you're just trying to go all over the place.
I'm not.
Stop talking. List me the standards that women have to meet societally in Western society to be women, and I want you all to listen to how sexist it sounds.
It's a variation. It's a variation of feminine attributes.
Exactly. Are there masculine women? Are there women who possess a variety of masculine attributes? Okay, so that's not what defines women.
Wait, so okay, what do you mean by defines women? Like, do you mean like the word?
It's not what is necessary to be a woman.
Well, it quite literally is, right?
It isn't, because there are women, you just admitted, who do not possess that variation of feminine traits, and there are men that do.
Okay,
so it's not definitive. Okay. No, it's not.
So from a
give examples. Give examples. Can you stop?
You're cutting me off.
Give examples. Give examples of the traits.
I mean, why is it necessary?
Because you're saying that it's a variation of traits. We need further elucidation.
It could be
what are the variations
in
of
your
traits?
Voice, the color of color you wear. Like you're gonna laugh at it, right? But it's okay. Wait.
Because it's all sexist. You don't seem to realize. Y'all hear that? Women are defined by the pitch of their voice. What is the pitch frequency that a woman must have to be a woman, Greg?
So, by the way, it's a plurality.
What's the pitch? Sorry, answer my question. What is the pitch frequency and the colors that women wear that make them women? Oh, it can't be anything, because there would have to be something that No, it needs to be something that distinguishes them from men. Are trans women men?
Trans women men, no.
Okay, are cis women men?
No.
So there's something that distinguishes them. So it can't be anything. There has to be something that distinguishes. If you interrupt again, I'm going to drop you now. Stop and listen to the question. You're too quick to respond. You're not listening to anything I'm saying. I want you to tell me what is the pitch in voice, because these are definitive. What is the pitch in voice or the colors that women wear that distinguishes them from men? Because they're not men. They're women.
So it's a plurality of characteristics that you would have to make up.
Okay, hold on. Stop. List the plurality of characteristics, and if men can have any of them, then it is not definitive, because I'm asking you for a distinction. I want you to give me the characteristics that women have that defines them as women, that distinguishes them from men.
Let's see if you can let me talk for over 20 seconds. So it's a plurality of characteristics that you can't individually pull apart and say, this is a defining characteristic of a woman, or this is a defining characteristic of a man. Usually it's multiple characteristics that make it up. You can obviously pull apart anything and say, this one is this one doesn't make a woman because a man can have this, right? That's not the case, right?
You haven't listed the traits yet.
Well, yeah, because it's a plurality of characteristics, and I feel
so list the. Give me. How many do you need?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so you don't know what a woman is. Then. Moving on. How old are you?
Why is your teeth like that?
Why is your teeth like that? Can I get your age, please, sir?
Why is your teeth like that?
You see how they immediately go to insults? Like they can't even debate the topic. Can I get your age, please?
No, I'm asking genuinely.
Okay, all right. So moving on. Can I get your age?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Okay. Are trans women?
Can I just ask you one question?
No, you can't. Are trans women?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, y'all know what to type in chat. She's a traitor. What is she again? A traitor. We love our traitors. What would we do without y'all? What's going to be your question?
Okay, cool. So if a man appeared as a woman, so as you were discussing before, like, them typical long hair and feminine clothes, whatever, but still identified as a man, would you be okay with that?
That's literally what he is, yes.
Yeah, cool. I actually, the thing I said before was like a lie. I just wanted you to answer the question.
Anyways, can I get your age, please?
I'm 21. Salam alaikum, brother.
I didn't hear anything that you said. Hello?
I said I'm 21. Salam alaikum, brother. I think trans women are women.
Bro said Osama. Oh! A Muslim chaser. Oh no. Okay.
I can't be Muslim and have my own opinions.
Go ahead. I mean, sure, brother. Go ahead. Tell me what a woman is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say a woman is a social category that is recognized of the female sex.
Oh, a social category that is what?
That people recognize as a female sex.
Okay, well, trans women are not of the female sex, so trans women are not
Yeah, but they're
recognized as
recognized of
women.
that social category.
Okay, but female isn't a social category.
No, I'm saying women is a social category that's recognized from the female sex.
Recognize? Did you say recognized as the female sex or recognized?
From, not as.
Recognized from. Okay, what are the characteristics of that social construct recognized from the
yeah,
female sex that
yeah.
that women? Listen to the entirety of the question. That women have that men do not have.
Repeat your question one more time for me, brother. Are you a man?
What are the? Am I what?
Oh wait, you don't. Never mind. I just didn't know what to call you because.
Ralph! Okay! I see you! Can I get W Ralph in chat for the fet? Okay! W Ralph, thank you! Can I get W Ralph in chat? Appreciate you, love. Okay, we see you. Alrighty.
I'm
Okay, super
you're
fan.
not trans, so are you female?
So, am I what? Sorry?
Are you a woman?
No.
Because I assume you're not trans.
No, I'm a man.
Okay. So he, good pronouns to use, or you go by they?
Jesus Christ. I have dick and balls. Figure it out, sir. Anyways, as I was saying, what are the characteristics of the social construct, right? That women have that define them as women that men do not have.
So I think you're conflating it right? It's not characteristics, it's a social category.
Social categories have characteristics, love. Sorry to inform you.
No, not necessarily. No.
Okay. Are women people?
Are women? Yeah.
Okay, so there must be something about them that makes them women, quality-wise. Some set of qualities that they have that make them women.
Yeah.
Okay, what are those social qualities that women have that men do not?
Yeah. You were asking about the social category, not the what.
I asked about. That was my question. What are the social qualities or characteristics that women have that define them as women that men do not have? That was my question.
It's a quality. I think what you're trying to ask is, what are the characteristics of a female?
No, that's not my question. What are the characteristics that women have that define them as women? You said woman is the social construct that comes from the stop. Woman is the social. Can you stop talking and listen? Because you're not understanding what I'm saying and you keep talking. Listen. You said a woman was the social construct that is derived from the female sex. That's what you said. I'm asking you now to tell me what are the characteristics or what are the things that define that social construct that distinguishes it from the social construct of man under your view. I know I'm Muslim chaser, right? I can't believe it. Go ahead.
Yeah, why are you being...
Can you just answer? Because we're getting very bored of you now.
Yeah, I can answer even though you're being prejudiced.
I'm not being prejudiced. You're being sexist. But we'll get to that in a second.
Muslim runner.
Yeah, I said you're a Muslim chaser. You are.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, you're a person who's Muslim and you chase after trans women.
No, I don't like... I'm a trans woman myself. I don't like other trans women.
You don't like other... Yeah, this is either a troll or a really stupid person. Go ahead and finish answering the question.
Yeah, so characteristics of being born a female.
I did not ask you what the characteristics are of a born female. You said you were describing a social construct. I'm asking you to tell me what are the characteristics of the social construct.
Okay, I denied it. Repeat your question. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the last 5 seconds. I got a call.
These people are so mentally unwell. You said that a woman was a social construct. I'm asking you to describe the social construct, not the characteristics of a person born female.
Yeah, so the social construct, right? You're asking me a definition of a social construct, or you're asking what?
Oh my God. Can you define the characteristics of the social construct of woman in a way that distinguishes it from the social construct of man?
Yeah, it depends on the context for a distinguisher.
Okay, what is the context required?
Yeah, it would be what's the society at the time, who's recognized and who's not recognized.
Okay, all right. Let's go with America and today. So in today's date and the society is America. What are the socially constructed characteristics that define women, that distinguishes them from men?
Well, that's pretty vague. It's 250 million in America.
Okay, well, that's not how many people are in America. But
Yeah,
tell
there's
me,
a little bit more.
there's over 300 million people. But can you tell us what defines women? Are all trans women women?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so all of them are women. Are all cis women women? You call them cis women?
Are all cis women women?
Hmm.
If they choose to fall under that social construct, yeah.
Okay, great. So now I need you to define the social construct. You haven't defined it yet.
But they wouldn't be a woman if they didn't identify.
Can you define the social construct? You're presupposing the definition of the social construct. Can you describe or define the social construct in a way that distinguishes it from the antithetical social construct?
I just told you it's context dependent.
Okay, and the context is United States today's date. You said the context required was what
Okay,
society. Can you stop interrupting and listen? You said the context required was the society we're in and the time period. I just specified both. The United States in today's society. You're avoiding the question now. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to stop. I'm going to ask you one more time. If you don't answer, I'm going to drop you. In the United States now, what are the socially constructed characteristics that define women? That is the context that you said was needed. I gave you the context. Answer the question.
I gave you 3. You haven't answered.
All right, he doesn't want to answer. All right, type your 1s and 2s, chat. We are just looking at some debates. If you disagree with the prompt, go ahead and request. We have another Muslim chaser. Superstar, can I get your age?
21.
Okay. Do you disagree with the prompt?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay, y'all know exactly what to type in chat. We've had lots of the chasers. Where's the chaser? We have to go find the cave that these chasers come out of and dynamite that shit. We have to go and chat. We ride at dawn. We ride at dawn tomorrow. We are going to find a cave that these chasers are living in. We're gonna blow that shit up. Blow it up. Okay.
I do need to ask.
Dynamite. All right. So why do you disagree with the prompt?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a trans woman myself. I just have a deep voice. How specifically do we promote this rape culture? I want to know.
Okay, I'll start.
Are you slow in the head or something? I'm not understanding. I gotta spell this out for you.
No. I'm gaining. I'm gaining my composure. Hold on, my neck is hurting. All right. Do you think trans? Chat! Stop laughing! Stop! Stop the laughing emojis in the chat. Stop it! I'm turning the comments off. Not my light flickering. I'm turning the comments off. Stop. Stop laughing.
Good idea.
Stop it. Okay. So, do you think trans women should disclose that they're trans to romantic or sexual partners?
If they feel safe enough, yes.
Okay. If a trans woman does not feel safe enough and still sleeps with the person, do you think that, or if the trans woman does not feel safe enough, should they continue with the sexual advance?
I wouldn't know. I don't got a good answer.
I'm asking if you think that do you think it would be okay for a trans woman to continue to romantically engage with a person and not disclose that they are trans under any circumstance?
Probably. I mean, who really gives a shit?
That is the grape culture I'm talking about. You are taking away people's right to exercise what we call informed consent. Can we all type informed consent in the comment section? This is part of the problem. You are promoting deceit and you are promoting the lack of ability for people to exercise informed consent. They're all typing it in the chat for you. Informed consent, okay?
I'm not
a man
by your monkey chat.
Okay, well, you're just racist. Okay, right. So anyways.
No, I'm black.
So I literally do. I'm sorry. Where's the fuck that I give? Because I can't find it.
Oh, I got it right here.
You have it right here.
Dig up in
oh no! The only thing up here I found was probably a butt plug, right? So, anyways, as I was saying, hold on. So the fact that you came up here and you proudly said that you're okay with people essaying people you're a grape apologist. You're okay with
Well, if you
people
want
not
to put it that
disclosing.
way.
No, but it's true. You're okay with people not disclosing critical information to sexual intercourse, and that's wrong.
So what would be the good answer to that? 'Cause I know
If you're a trans, the clear answer to that is no. A trans woman should not continue with sexual advances if they are not willing to disclose that they are trans. In fact, I think it should be disclosed from the beginning. It needs to be made clear from the beginning.
Here's the thing. I don't really care what kind of strong language you use.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. I won't use. No, hold on. It's okay. I won't use any strong language. If Johnny identifies as Janice and looks like a Janice, and Johnny is being approached by Alex, and Alex likes Janice, Johnny should tell Alex that he used to be Janice. Or you Janice should tell Johnny. What the fuck? Janice should tell Alex that he used to be Johnny. I'm confusing it. Okay, I'm sorry. Johnny needs to tell Alex that he's not Janice, that he's Johnny. That's what he needs to do. Okay? We have to take it from the top. Let's all take it from the top in chat. Maybe I do have to take it from the top. Are we taking it from the top? Let me take it from the top. I'm sorry. If Johnny identifies as Janice and Alex thinks Johnny is Janice and likes Johnny, Johnny should tell Alex that he's actually Johnny and not Janice, so that Alex can decide whether or not he is okay sleeping with Johnny. Is that simple enough for you? Is the language not strong anymore? Is it weak like your relationship with your father? Better?
I fell asleep.
Oh, you fell asleep? Oh, Michael Jackson 2.0? So, did you get it?
Anyways.
Did you get it?
Talk about...
Did you get it?
I don't want to get what you
Did you get it? Did you get the point?
I don't pay attention to people like you.
You don't? Then why the fuck are you in my life? Why are you here then?
I want to piss you off. Well,
you're not pissing me off. I'm having a grand time explaining Janice and Johnny to you. I'm not pissed off. I'm having a grand time.
Well, you look a little pissed off to me, man.
No. I'm having a very happy time explaining to you how informed consent works. No.
Oh, you're pissed. All right, I see it. I see it in those eyebrows.
Do you want me to pretend to be angry for 10 seconds so you can walk away feeling happy?
Oh, you're pissed.
Do you want me to pretend? You want me to pretend?
Look at those
guys, should
eyebrows.
we pretend that we're pissed?
You're pissed.
Should we pretend?
You're pissed.
Should we?
You're pissed.
I think we should.
You're
I think
pissed.
we should pretend. I think we should pretend for this
You're
chaser
pissed.
to be offended. I'm angry. I'm angry. Random chaser thinks I'm pissed, and he's a grape apologist. I'm angry.
Ooh, you're pissed. I see it.
Oh my goodness. Have a good day, sir. You're not well. This is a man. Watch. I'm never wrong.
Hi. I tell every person that I date that I'm trans. Appreciate like grape culture or no?
Wait, are you a trans woman?
Yeah.
So, do you disagree? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. That made my day. Okay.
Everyone is telling me I'm a man, bitch. I know I'm a man. So what's
do
your point?
you think? Oh, okay. Do you think trans women are women?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Are they unnecessarily women? Are they unnecessarily women?
I wouldn't necessarily say that they're women. No.
What are they?
Just trans. I don't call them women.
Are they a type of woman?
Not really, no.
No. Okay. Do you disagree with the prompt in any way?
Thank you for saying I'm gorgeous in the comments, but I guess I don't know. I see it's like some people can obviously like disagree with it because obviously they see themselves as women. I don't necessarily see myself as a woman. I just see myself as just trans. I don't see myself as a woman.
Okay. So in short, trans women are not women.
No, not really.
Okay. Is there anything on the prompt you disagree with?
The grape culture bit. I don't necessarily understand what you mean
Okay.
by
Well, yeah. So I think that trans people, specifically those or trans women, specifically those who don't disclose that they are trans to sexual partners, are perpetuating grape culture. They're perpetuating an idea that people, or essentially facilitating sexual activity without giving people the opportunity to exercise informed consent. And I think if informed consent is essential to consent. It is essential to a person's ability to actually decide properly whether or not they would like to proceed with a sexual encounter. And that applies to other things as well, outside of biological sex, but especially biological sex, right?
But I feel like if they both like agree to have sex, then it's not necessarily like
No, but the person has to know that the person is trans. If a straight man is engaging with a trans woman and he doesn't know the person is trans, that's SA, because the trans woman did not disclose that they were trans.
I feel like if they pass enough though, then they like don't necessarily have to, unless they like actually
That's the problem.
man
That's the problem.
bottom surgery and shit. Then yeah,
That's the problem. That's the problem I'm talking about. No, your past ability does not give you the right to take away people's consent. That's where the great part is. That's what this is the issue. I keep trying to the conversation I'm trying to have with trans women. It's not about how you look. It's about what you actually are.
yeah. Well, I don't necessarily have that issue because I just tell everyone I'm trans anyway, so I can't really say anything on that.
No, but you said that you said outside of yourself, you think that trans women, if they look good enough or they pass according to you, then it's okay. Then they don't have to disclose. I'm saying to you that that's not a good way to think. You're perpetuating grape culture. You're perpetuating the idea that a man can essentially deceive a person into thinking he's a woman and then not disclose that he is. If we did that with anything else, it would sound weird. Would it be okay for a child to sleep with an adult because they look like an adult and they pass as one?
No.
Why?
Because it's a child.
Right. So it's not okay for a man to deceive a man into thinking he's a woman when the man is straight because he's a man.
I feel like that's a bit different though, because that's a kid and it's like a grown man.
I think you're missing the point. Do you want me to give you a better example?
Sorry?
You want me to give you a better example?
Yes, please.
Okay. If you're not able to tell that a person has an STD, for example, HIV/AIDS, right? And they sleep with you and they don't tell you, is that SA?
I feel like, yeah, that could be.
Why? Why is it SA?
Because I think anyone would be mad if they found out they got an STI or something.
Right, and any straight man would be mad after finding out that he was tricked into sleeping with another man. Exactly.
I guess I don't necessarily agree with that.
Right, so then it sounds like we agree. So I was going to say. So,
No.
No?
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I do agree, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming up.
No problem.
All right. Clocked! That's how you clock a bitch. Hi, Lisa! Can I get W Lisa in chat? Good to see you, Lisa. Can I get your age, please?
18.
What is your date of birth?
My date of birth.
Your date of birth. Yes.
The 29th September 2007.
Okay, it checks out, chat. All right. Go ahead and tell me if you think trans women are women.
I think trans women are women in their own separate way, if that makes sense.
She's been indoctrinated, chat. Okay, all right. Go ahead and tell me what you think a woman is. Go ahead. Y'all know what
I
to
would
type in chat.
I would like to quickly say though that I don't disagree with the prompt. Because I think everyone needs to hear this, but it doesn't matter if you think it's homophobic or not. Like you say, if someone doesn't know something, then they can't consent, and that's that. It doesn't matter on your beliefs on whether you accept trans people or not. Like, it's just a given that if you can't consent, then it's not consent.
Okay, can we agree there? But you think
Yeah.
trans women are women, so let's address that then. Tell us what a woman is, since you think that they're women.
Are you asking me to define a woman?
Yeah.
See, I don't really think you. Well, I mean, I know how you'll define a woman, probably biologically, I'm guessing.
I'm asking you what you think, so it doesn't matter how I define it, it matters how you do.
I just don't think you can really define a woman in one way. You know, you've got gender identity, social roles, biology, like the legal definition. I don't think there's just one way to define
Okay, well,
it.
we can go through each and every one of those definitions. Let's go with the social roles first. Let's, in the context of social roles, what defines women? Income and sexism, by the way.
In which one, sorry?
In the context of social roles, you said that there were four contexts from what I remember. You said legally, gender identity-wise, social roles, and biology. So let's go with the social roles first. What are the social roles that define women?
Okay, so it'd be like how the person is treated, like what's expected of them, how they like participate in social life.
Well, those are all
Like
very vague answers. You're going to have to give examples. What you think women are defined by social expectations?
no, like that's just a part of like you know, like we're talking about like social roles, but that's a part of the social roles. I meant like
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
not all
listing.
women adhere to those social roles. So that's not what makes a person a woman. None of those things are definitive. Those are things that are expected of women. I think you're confusing societal expectations that are placed on women as opposed to what defines them. That's part of the. But by the way, so you said you don't disagree with the prompt, but part of it up there talks about sexism. As a woman, you're helping to perpetuate sexism when you say that women are defined by social roles. You're contributing to the sexism that I'm talking about. Because if you look at long-standing history of women, you'd understand that women historically have been trying to move away from roles that restrict them, move away from gendered expectations. They're trying to move away from those things and establish a society where they're not defined by those things, nor seen as less or more of women because they do or do not adhere to those things. So when you as a woman say that women are defined by them, and furthermore say that men can be women if they take on those social norms, then you're also perpetuating that sexism that I'm speaking about on the prompt.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I don't think that what I was saying, I'm not saying that that's what defines a woman. It's just a part of what could define a woman. But like, I do agree
That
with
doesn't
you.
make any
Like,
sense. You can't say it doesn't define women, but it's also part of what could define women.
no,
That
I
doesn't
mean,
make any
isn't
sense.
like that one example isn't what I would define a woman by. It's like a part of many things that would define a woman. So like,
Okay.
that's not just the only thing.
Okay. How many of these things does a person have to be a woman?
Well, what I listed earlier is what I would like use to define a woman,
Which is what?
which was the like social roles, gender identity. Obviously, there's more like there's
Oh,
examples
so
within
it's a
those.
conjunct. So it's a conjunct of all of those things.
Yeah, but there's
Okay.
things
So
within those things as
but we
well.
still have to break it down.
Yeah,
In the
so we still have to
okay.
break it.
So that's what we're doing. So in the context of social roles, what are the social roles that a person must play?
Yeah, so like how women are treated and
You
like
can't say women are defined by how women are treated. Women are treated poorly in society. It's like saying black
yeah, and
people are
that's a
defined
part
by
of
how
being a
they're
woman.
treated. A part of being a woman is how you're treated by society.
Yeah, I would
Even
say
if you're
so.
even okay, do you understand the reason women are treated the particular way that they are in society is because of their sex,
Yeah, because they're a woman.
right? Because they're female humans.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't define women by the way that they're treated. If a woman is great, that's a form of treatment that women experience. It's a form of poor treatment. Is that definitive of her womanhood? Because society treats her in a way that sees her as subhuman and decides to violate her consent?
Yeah, I suppose a woman would be great for being a woman, so it links back to
But does that define her womanhood?
that wouldn't, no.
Right. So then women are not defined by societal experiences because societal experiences vary and they can be quite negative. We wouldn't want to define women by negative social experiences. It would be the equivalent. Thank you, Amber. Can I get a Amber in chat? It would be the equivalent of saying black people are defined by the way they are treated in society. And if we look at history and the way that black people are treated, it would be quite racist to say black people were defined by slavery, for example.
True, but I do think it's still a big part of them. Like
I don't think
speak
I don't think it is. I think you're talking about part of women's experiences, but not all experiences that women have define them. That's the point. So you defining women by those things is part of the issue and contributes yet again to the sexism that I'm referencing. Which is why I'm not in support of the trans movement. The trans movement pushes sexism whilst gaslighting people into thinking that it's inclusivity. You're not being inclusive to people by defining women by social roles and gender norms. You're not being inclusive. Thank you, Bastet. Can I get Bastet in chat? Thank you, love. Right. So I think it's something that needs to be understood. You're not helping women by doing this. You're more so hurting women.
Yeah, I do agree, but so how do you define a woman? Is it biological?
Women are adult human females, yes.
But then wouldn't you say that's also restrictive?
It's not restrictive, no, because what we're saying is that once you're an adult human female, you're a woman. You can express, speak, behave, postulate yourself in any way. You can take on any job, you can take on any appearance, you can take on anything that you'd like, but you're a woman who doesn't change because of that. That's not restrictive. The only thing that definition is restricted to is men, and rightfully so, because men are not women.
Yeah,
there's no other restriction there. When you start to delve into social roles and social norms and gendered behavior and clothing and presentation, that is where it becomes restrictive, because then you're going to have to say that there's some women who don't meet those criteria of feminine presentation that society has deemed appropriate for women, and then you end up excluding lots of women. No women are excluded from adult human female. The only people who are excluded from adult human female are men, because they're not women. It's very, very simple.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. The only thing is, when I said about being restrictive with biology, is like, couldn't you argue, like women that maybe don't have reproductive organs, or they don't have, like, they have different hormones, etc., like from birth.
No,
like,
those women are not excluded. So I'll break down the word female for you, right? So a woman is an adult human female, and a female would be any organism that is of or primarily denoting the sex that can bear offspring or produce large gametes. That's what a female is. No women are excluded from that.
Oh, right. So what if someone can't give birth, though?
Yeah, that's why the word denoting is there. Do you know what the word denoting means?
I don't.
Okay, denoting means a sign of or indication of something. So it simply means that women who don't produce large gametes or can't bear offspring still possess a reproductive anatomy or particular set of reproductive anatomy that denotes or indicates that capacity. So I'll give you one example. There's a medical congenital condition called Swyer syndrome. The medical terminology is 46XY pure gonadal dysgenesis. Gonadal dysgenesis simply means that you're born without ovaries in the case of a woman. So they don't produce eggs, they don't produce large gametes. However, the rest of their reproductive anatomy consists of the fallopian tubes, the uterus, the vagina. Those characteristics primarily denote or indicate the capacity to bear offspring or produce large gametes. Therefore, they'd still be female.
Okay,
that's an example.
Yeah, I get it. I think I understand what you're saying. I think, like, a really blunt way, like a simple way to put it for people that aren't as educated like myself is, if you've got the parts to make a baby, then you are a woman. That's how. It doesn't matter if you can't physically make a baby, but if you've got it there, then
it's not only about bearing offspring. Sex specifically refers to a reproductive anatomy ordered around the production of a particular kind of gamete. Okay.
Yeah, I was just using that as like an example there. Like,
yeah, for people, if you wanted simplified, yeah, but I think it needs to be further specified. Right.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I guess for me, I've just never really thought about it this deeply. Like, I just came across your page like the other day, but like, this is the first time I've been on the live properly, and I've never really thought about trans women in such depth before.
I think you should, and not because I'm telling you to like hate on trans people. I definitely think you should think about it, because there's lots of hypocrisy within that community that needs to be addressed. Okay, I understand that there's this kind of need that people have to try and be nice. Right? People want to be nice, and they want to support, and they want to be nice to trans people. But you have to understand that there needs to be you need to understand the harm that is caused when you start affirming them and when you start saying that they are women. It ends up perpetuating a lot of sexism, right? That's something that needs to be understood, right? So I need you to look into it more. Saying that trans women also promotes boundary violation for women, because then it basically says that trans women are males. And thank you, Alina. Can I get a Alina in chat? Thank you, love. That men can enter women's spaces, that where these people can enter women's spaces. All of these things, they go into hurting women, and I don't want you to think that this is like a space where we're trying to hate or belittle trans people. What I'm trying to say is that the community is currently pushing an idea that does not benefit women, it hurts women, whilst also telling women that men can be women. It's not okay. It's reminted sexism.
Okay, that makes sense. Can I? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I've got 2 questions then for. I mean, I'm sure there's probably people on the live like me who were sort of like, not very educated on it. I mean, accepted trans women, but, never looked at it in depth. So I've got like 2 questions for you if you wouldn't mind answering them.
Of course.
Okay, so the first one would be how should we, how do I word this? How should we approach trans women then? If someone was asking for acceptance, like how do we go about that?
Well, I think there's a way to do it without hurting women. I think when you say accepting trans women, I think there's 2 ways to do it. As far as like spaces are concerned, like locker rooms and bathrooms and so on, as far as that is concerned, I think the best option for trans people. Thank you, Elena. Oh my God, can I get a Elena in chat for the future encounter? I love you, Elena in chat. Thank you, love. Can I get a Elena in chat? I think the best option for trans people right now, trans women, is gender neutral spaces, because they don't want to go to the men's because they believe that there's some sort of safety risk. They don't want to go there because of how they present. But I also don't think it's okay for them to go into women's spaces because it's a violation of women's boundaries. So I think as far as accepting trans women into those spaces, the best space for trans women and trans men is our gender neutral spaces or single occupancy spaces. And I think that we should allow for those spaces to be allocated for those people, right? That's what I think should be the case. As far as social acceptance, a lot of people, like I said, even like yourself, will try to be nice, and I know you will call trans women by their preferred pronouns and you'll call them women. That's something that you would like to do. I think it is grammatically inaccurate to refer to them that way, but I can't stop you. I think in those social scenarios, as far as the whole preferred pronouns are concerned, it's a matter of discretion. People choose whether or not they want to do it. I personally wouldn't. If I knew the person was a man, I would refer to them correctly. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. But I'm just letting you know that there are repercussions to it, and it does hurt women sometimes. That's my point. Thank you, Rachel. Can you be Rachel in chat? Thank you, love.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got my last question, and then obviously I'll go. But
Okay.
in your opinion, like, how do you think they should identify then? Like, obviously we have to accept the fact that they do think differently, and yeah, maybe they've got something like a disorder or something. But how should they identify going forward?
Well, they are men. That's it. That's what it is. If they want to call themselves trans women, they're saying that they're trans women with the idea that they are still a type of man. Hold on. One sec. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, chat. One sec.
Hey guest, your whole page is to press and see therapist, please. W guess for being open-minded. I don't know if anyone can hear me, but yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to educate myself more. I seen someone before say it's embarrassing that I need a man to tell me what defines a woman, but there's not a lot of education, so sorry.
Okay. Sorry, chat. I've got a phone call. All right. So, what's your question?
Yeah. So my next question was like, how do you think they should identify?
As men, they're men. Like we can call them trans women, but we know that they're men. In the same way, we call fool's gold gold. I'm sorry, we don't call fool. We call fool's gold, knowing well that it's not actually gold. It's pyrite. So we can call trans women, but we know that they're men. At the end of the day, right? They're feminine men usually who want to be women, and that's okay. That's fine. but you're not a woman. That's the bottom line.
Do you think that they try to call themselves women because they know that, like, society probably... Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, society should obviously accept men being feminine, but obviously, like, you know, there's homophobia and all that. So do you think that's why they try to call themselves women? But then...
No, they call themselves women because they want to be women.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And at the end of the day, I don't think they have a different view. They think womanhood is some social construct. I don't agree with that. I don't think womanhood is something that is a social construct, because when you start to define women by social constructs, you end up being quite sexist, right? The way to define women that is best in the interest of feminism and the interest of women is by biological sex, right? So to me, they're not women. They want to call themselves women. You can go ahead and do that, but I do not think that you are.
Okay. Do you support, like, non-binary people then, or do you have the same view?
I don't understand it, because I don't think a person can be neither a man and neither a woman. You can be androgynous, or a person who does not conform to masculinity or femininity, but the whole non-binary thing does not make sense. You're either a man or a woman. You may not identify with social norms and identify with masculinity and femininity. That's okay, but that does not make you non-binary. You're just a woman or a man who does not conform to gender stereotypes, and that's okay. There are lots of women and men out there.
Do you blame labels then? Because it just seems like everyone wants to label everything, but because, like, what you're saying is how they probably feel, but for some reason they feel like they need
But
to
we
label
do.
it.
No, but the thing is, the labels. It is part of it is labels, but the other part is that they're misunderstanding the labels. That's the other thing too. Non-binary people are actually the most ironic people. I'll explain it, even though it's not my topic. I'm going to explain it very briefly and then move on to my next guest. Non-binary people are the most ironic because what they do is it's like a weird bait and switch where they say that they don't agree with gender norms and gender stereotypes, but then say that they're not men and women because they don't conform to gender norms and stereotypes, which is inevitably or inadvertently stating that men and women are defined by societal gender norms and stereotypes. It does not make sense. Okay? So non-binary people will say, I'm non-binary because I'm not masculine and I'm not feminine. And that makes me neither man or woman, which basically means they're saying that a woman is a person who's feminine and a man is a person who's masculine, which we know is not true, because there are women who are masculine and there are men who are feminine. So they end up perpetuating the sexism and the stereotypes whilst also trying to run away from it, which does not make any sense to me. That's why I can't say that persons are non-binary. You can be a person who does not conform to gender norms and gender stereotypes. You're just a woman or a man nonetheless because of your sex. That's what it is, right? And the whole they-them thing is grammatical inaccuracy. They-them are plural pronouns, and the only time that the term they is used when referring to a singular person is when the sex of the person is unknown. A blue-haired, septum-pierced-faced woman is not fooling anybody. We know you're a female, so it's not going to change anything. So even the grammar is inaccurate. It does not make any sense. So respectfully, no. Non-binary, it's more like nonsense to me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Well, thank you for your time then. I just, really quickly before you take me off, I just want to say to the people that are hating on me that I had to have you explain, like, the definition of a woman. I just think that proves that how sad it is that I didn't already know. I don't think that should be used against me, but yeah.
No, it's
thank
okay.
You
You
for your
came
time.
up and you wanted to listen, you want to learn. So thank you for coming up. You be
All right,
safe.
thanks.
All right. Thank you for coming up. All right. Tag those ones and twos, chat. We are just looking at the base. Please only request if you disagree. I'm going to go ahead and end shortly. We're going to get a few more guests in. If you disagree with the prompt, go ahead and request. Also, if you're new here, do shoot me a follow. I'm live every day, Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. We're late today, but 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, is Central Jamaican time. 12 p.m. Jamaican time, because y'all can't decide whether or not it is Eastern Standard Time or Central Standard Time. I'm so tired of trying to figure it out, so I don't give a shit anymore. Can I get your age, please?
18.
Uh-oh. All right. Do you think trans women are women, sir?
No.
No. Okay. Do you disagree with the prompt?
Yeah.
What do you disagree with?
Like, what do you mean it's grape culture?
Yeah, trans women who don't disclose that they're trans to sexual partners are perpetuating rape culture. Yes, they are.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I agree with that.
Okay. Anything else?
Why I saw your other lives while you were calling other trans women he
other?
like it's giving friendly fire. Why are you
calling men, using men's pronouns for men is friendly fire?
Aren't you a trainee?
No.
Oh, you look like one.
Am I supposed to be insulted by that?
Yeah.
Oh, so being trans is a bad thing. So much for supporting
No,
trans
you
people.
look like one.
I look okay. How do I actually? Can we break down this statement because I actually want to figure out what y'all mean. How do I look? That means I look like a trans woman.
You have long hair. You put on makeup. You just look like a trans woman that don't pass.
What makeup do I have on?
Lashes.
My lashes are mine.
You sound trans though.
No, hold on. I don't have any makeup on.
But I saw your other posts of your lives, and you know you had makeup on. So why are you like?
When have you ever seen me put makeup on?
I don't remember, like a long time ago.
I
But
don't put makeup on. I think I put mascara on once because my sister asked me to put it on my face. So you're just calling me beautiful and then telling me I look trans because I don't wear makeup. When have y'all ever seen me put on makeup? And by the way, just to clarify, y'all, what I have on my lips is Vaseline. It's Vaseline. It's petroleum
but you're
jelly.
giving extremely
It's lip
femme
therapy.
energy. It's giving
Okay,
femme.
men can't be feminine without being trans. This is the sexism I'm talking about. Y'all say that you support
No, 'cause
feminine.
it's
Hold on,
cringe.
stop. Y'all are the progressive people that say men can be feminine, but then the moment a man is feminine and he disagrees
I
with
don't.
certain things about trans, or you don't think men can be feminine?
I mean, that's cringe. That's very cringe.
What are you then, sir?
I am a trainee, but like,
Okay, so you're a feminine man who wants to be. Sir! You're not even throwing rocks in a glass house. You are throwing boulders in a glass
your
house.
mic is.
Why are you throwing boulders in a glass house?
Huh?
You're throwing boulders in a glass house. What are you doing?
I don't. You do.
What, sir?
Like
You just no. Hold on. You said you don't think men can be feminine. You're a whole ass feminine man who wants to be a woman, and you're coming at me for my natural beauty.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're mad ugly. You have gap in your top and bottom teeth.
Okay, and you have a gap in the top and bottom of your asshole because you cut your penis open. But you did. You want to talk about that gap? Can we talk about the gap that you created between your legs when you cut your penis off?
Huh?
When you filet mignon your penis? Or you don't want to talk about that gap?
I don't understand what you're talking.
Only the gap here matters, but nothing else, right?
I don't understand what you're yapping about.
No, well, y'all are the ones who y'all talking about gaps in top and the bottom, but y'all have gaps in your booty holes and your penises. Y'all create gaps in your penises, and then you guys don't want to talk about that gap. So I'm just like, I'm confused. So we only care about gaps when we want to talk about the gap, but then, you know, I don't really get this. So, you're trans and you're using being trans as an insult to people. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm not liberal.
You need to be liberated from stupidity.
I don't know how to say it in English, but like, I don't support like non-passing women at CT. I don't know how to say it in English. Sorry, my English is bad.
I'll help you say it in English. You're an insecure bitch. Bye bye. I don't know how else to phrase it, y'all. I don't know how else to phrase that. That's how you say it in English. You're insecure. There's no other way to phrase that. There isn't one. You're insecure. You hate yourself. And I'm so sorry. Honestly, I'm laughing, but I feel bad. I feel terrible for you. Can I get your age, please? Umoja?
Yeah, it's Umoja. I am 35.
Okay. All right. Do you disagree with the prompt?
I mean, kind of. I'm not really too involved in trans identity and what the trans community is about, but I'm just kind of curious how like 0.1% of the population is perpetuating grape culture.
Yeah, because they are taking away people's ability to exercise informed consent. Zero. It doesn't
Okay.
matter how much percent of the population it is. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right. So 0.5%. I'll ask you. Do you think trans women should disclose that they're trans to romantic and sexual partners?
Absolutely. I've never been opposed to that. I think anybody
Right.
who's trans should disclose that. But I also don't think it's fair. Like, if somebody chooses not to do that, I don't think it's valid for them to be murdered if they didn't disclose their trans identity.
Hold on, chat. Did I lag? Am I frozen on the screen for anybody else? Emoja?
Yeah.
Wait, why is I'm frozen? Am I frozen? I'm looking at my other screen. It says I'm frozen. Hello. Okay.
No, you're not frozen.
Okay. Well, all right. Sorry, I was looking at something. I don't know. On my iPad, it says I'm frozen. All right, because I was about to say, y'all, I had my Wi-Fi installed today. If the Wi-Fi don't work today, I'ma sue them. Okay, we're gonna sue. So you agree then that trans people should disclose?
Absolutely. I think
Right,
when it
so-
comes to
Go ahead.
obviously when it comes to any type of relationship, that kind of intimate part of you needs to be disclosed no matter what. Just like if somebody's going to pursue an intimate relationship with somebody else and they're not disclosing their STD status, that's obviously
Right. So those are the trans women I'm addressing. Trans women, because there are trans women. So I'm glad you agree. So can I get W in chat for you? You do actually have common sense, thank God. So the thing is, there are trans women out there, however, who believe that it is okay not to disclose that they're trans to
Yeah,
their
and
sexual partners. And those are the trans women that I'm talking about when I say that they're perpetuating rape culture, because I believe that if you're a trans person and you don't disclose what sex you are and then engage in romantic sexual relations with a person, you have taken away that person's right to informed consent. Therefore, they didn't consent, and sexual relations without consent is definitionally rape or SA. That's what I'm talking about. So not all trans women. I'm saying that there are trans women, however, who do, and I've actually met a great deal of trans women who believe that they don't believe they have to disclose. They think that they can just, because they think they pass as women, then they can just say they are women and sleep around with men and or women and not disclose. I don't think it is okay. It's taking away people's ability to exercise informed consent.
yeah, absolutely. Like, I definitely don't disagree with that at all. Yeah, so
Yeah, so that's the answer to your question. So that's what I mean when I say 0.1. Well, you said 0.1% of the population. I don't care how much of them it is, respectfully. I just think that. And the funny thing is, and I said this before and I say it again, it's not only for the other person's safety, it's also for trans people's safety.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
the thing is, as well, is that these people, and when I say these people, I'm talking about trans people. I speak to trans people every day, and they're always telling me how oppressed and how dangerous the world is for them. And then they go and put themselves in these very dangerous scenarios where they essay people, take away people's consent, and then when there's retaliation, now you hear that trans people are oppressed and there's some sort of transphobia. And I made my position clear. If you're a trans person and you essay a person and the person physically retaliates, I don't feel an ounce of sympathy. And that applies not only to trans people, but to every person. I don't think any person gets to essay anyone and then play victim when the person retaliates. You've taken away that person's consent. You've essayed that person. It's not okay.
Fair enough.
So that's what I think. So it sounds like we agree. So I'm going to move on to somebody else, but I appreciate you for requesting. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good day.
You too. All right. All right, guys, we're moving on. Type your ones and twos. If you disagree with the prompt, go ahead and request ones in the chat if trans women are not women. Two if they are. If you disagree with the prompt, if you think that trans women are not sexist and you disagree that they are perpetuating rape culture, go ahead and request. If you are new here, do shoot me a follow. I'm live every single day, Monday to Friday. Welcome to the Edna Show. We debate gender benders all day. Also, if you are not a fan of TikTok gifting, but you would still like to show support to the stream, Cash App and PayPal are in bio. I haven't gotten any. Well, no, I got 2 donuts today. So can I get W?
See, as part of a minority, why would you then sort of discriminate against another minority as a bisexual man of color? Why would you then sort of demonize another community that makes up less than 5% of the population? It doesn't really make sense.
Do you want me to respond to you, or you just want to keep talking like you're having a stroke, like you have Bell's palsy? Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. So just to clarify, I'm very tired of the identity politics nonsense. Being black does not restrict me to a particular political belief, nor does being bisexual. I am not obligated to say that men are women or to think that men belong in women's spaces because I like to suck dick and fuck vagina and I am a person of color. So I don't,
No,
I
of
don't,
course
I,
not.
I don't
but
really. Hold on
I
one second.
feel that you
I
would
want to
have
address. Hold on one
more
second.
compassion.
Sorry, listen, Linda or Luke. Right, listen very carefully. You need to stop. You trans women need to stop doing this thing where you try to restrict people's belief systems by telling them that because they are of a particular sexual orientation or minority group that they ought to believe a particular thing. No. It is not okay. You are stereotyping me and you're stereotyping other gay, black, bisexual men. Stop doing it, please. It's disgusting. We are not required to believe that you're a woman simply because we like both men and women. I'm not required to do it. I didn't get that letter in the mail. So, no, I don't have to think that. Right? I'm also not dehumanizing trans people and I'm not demonizing them either. I am stating a fact, right? The fact is, if you're a man who impersonates women and then sleeps with people and does not tell them that you're a man, you are taking away their ability to to exercise informed consent. That is a fact. That's not demonizing. You're demonizing yourself by putting yourself in situations where you're not disclosing what sex you are. So being deceitful and then me calling out your deceit, you can't then tell me that by virtue of calling out your deceit that I am the issue. I'm not demonizing you. Quit being a motherfucking demon and you won't be demonized.
But again, that's sort of stereotyping because not all trans people are, I mean, myself personally, I would never not disclose that because it's who you are as a person.
Then it doesn't apply to you.
So of course I think that that's wrong, but again, you are demonizing because you're generalizing sort of the whole community and saying that
no, I'm not.
It's sort of predatory behavior and
it is predatory behavior.
It's sort of rape culture.
It is if any okay. If and this is the thing. Let me give you an example. When people say men are harming women, for example, does the person need to specify that not all men are hurting women, or isn't it a given? People in chat, is it not a given? If I had a statement on the screen that said men are hurting women, is it not a given that we're not talking about all men, but we're talking about
I agree with that, but
right? The same.
the
Hold on.
larger-
The
the
same
larger
thing. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. That's the
It's
same
men
thing.
that is
Listen.
the issue.
Can you stop? Trans women are men. What? It's like you're going. It's not fool's gold. It's pyrite. It's the same thing. Or it's not pyrite. It's fool's gold. Trans women are men. What aren't we registering? If men are the issue, men who want to be women are just as much as an issue, right? So I don't know why y'all keep doing this. Respectfully, you're a man, and so is every other trans woman out there. At the end of the day, you are biologically a man. I don't know how else to explain it to you.
So you're disagreeing against medical professionals that
okay,
have diagnosed
what?
Trans women.
The only thing you guys get diagnosed with is gender dysphoria. Y'all don't get diagnosed with womanhood. There's no diagnosis for woman.
I never
There's
claimed
no
that.
diagnosis for. Hold on. Can you allow me to respond?
You say
Can
that
you
we're
allow
trying
me?
to claim womanhood. We're
are.
not trying to claim womanhood.
You are.
No,
You
I'm
are.
claiming to be a trans woman. because
Okay,
I was
are
born in
Do you believe trans
wrong
women are women?
body. That's how we feel.
Do you
It's
believe
gender dysphoria?
Do you believe trans women are women?
Not, of course, not biologically.
Are they
we're
women?
trans women.
Are trans women a type of woman?
Yes.
So you believe that they're women, exactly. So stop beating around the bush. At the end of the day,
But there's
you think
a
that they're
different.
no. Hold on, 1 second. Hold on. At the end of the day, you think that they're women. So stop doing this thing where y'all go, "Huh, we're not women. We're trans women. We're a type of woman." You're just saying you're a woman, and you're just saying it in a roundabout, obfuscatory, convoluted way. You think that you're a woman. That's what it comes down to. So don't do this thing where you keep beating around the bush. Don't bother. All right. You think that you're a woman, and you think trans women are women. Because if you're a type of woman, then you are a woman. It's very, very simple. Okay? So you think that you're women, and that is part of my issue. You are not women. That's what it is. Now, gender dysphoria, psychologically as a diagnosis, simply refers to a marked distress, clinically recognized distress that a person has psychologically with their biological sex. I acknowledge that it does exist. There are people out there who psychologically are distressed with the sex that they were born. This, however, does not mean that you are a woman or the opposite sex or gender as a result of that. That is where you need to bridge the gap. Y'all are never going to bridge the gap because it's not true. Men who have dysphoria about their sex are still men. At the end of the day, you're still a man. It don't matter if you have dysphoria. Dysphoria just means you have distress with your sex. It never ever means that you're the opposite. So I'm not disagreeing with the medical diagnosis. The medical diagnosis of gender dysphoria does not stipulate that the males are not women because they have gender dysphoria. That's not what dysphoria is. It simply refers to the distress that you're experiencing. And I understand and sympathize with that distress, although I don't experience it myself. So where's the dehumanization that you keep referencing and the disagreement with medical consensus that you keep trying to say I'm doing?
The rhetoric that you talk about on your lives.
Like what? What are the things that I'm saying? And by the way, these things have to be false. You have to prove me wrong. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not true. So you can't just say I'm saying things that you don't like. The things I'm saying are true. And if you don't want them to be true, don't do the things that make them true. If I'm saying trans people are perpetuating rape culture,
but again, that's generalization. You're saying that trans people are all doing these things.
I did not say
demonizing.
No, that's
community.
That's not what I said. Does the statement on the screen say all, or does it say that there are trans people out there that do that?
No, but you know very well what you're doing. The topics that you're using.
You guys, no, hold on.
We're great.
You are mischaracterizing.
That we're pedophiles.
I never said that. I said that there are trans people out there who do that by virtue of their identity, and it needs to stop. Right? If it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you, and there's no need for you to be offended. If you say that you disclose and you believe that you should disclose to sexual partners, right, then you're not the kind of trans woman I'm talking about. But there are trans women out there who believe the complete opposite. There are trans women out there who believe that they don't owe anybody disclosure, and they should not.
I do acknowledge that.
Those are the trans women I'm talking about. If it doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply to you. You don't need to become offended and think that I'm generalizing. At no point in time on the screen does it say all trans women are perpetuating rape culture. I also specified as well that I gave you another example. If I say men are hurting women, is it not a given that I'm not talking about all men? I'm specifically talking about men that do. Is it not a given? The same thing applies to this statement.
I do agree with that, but of course, that subject will affect me. Just like as I mentioned, you are within marginalized minorities within yourself.
I'm not.
So those topics
I don't believe,
will affect you also.
I reject the idea that as a bisexual black man in Jamaica that I am a marginalized group. You're trying to make me a victim to live vicariously through me, and I'm not going to accept it. I don't feel marginalized. I am not marginalized for being a black bisexual man. I'm not. I am not going to accept a victim label. I'm not a victim. I'm able to stand up for myself. I'm not going to sit in a corner and cry about it. I think you guys don't actually know what a minority is. You know who is a minority? Women. Women are a marginalized group, and you guys always make it about sexual orientation and gender identity. Women are oppressed on the basis of sex. I never ever hear you guys talking about women's oppression and how women are marginalized and how women are oppressed and how women are looked down upon. I don't hear that.
Of course they are, 100%.
But I haven't heard you mention it until I just mentioned it. You the first thing you jump to is the color of my skin and what genitals I like to fuck. No,
because I never use those words.
Well, you said I was a black bisexual man. You're talking about my sexual attraction.
Your background is on trans women.
It is.
So that's the topic that we're discussing.
Yes.
Of course, I believe in women's rights 100% and fully support that.
I don't think you can be for women's rights and think that trans women are women. Those two beliefs are antithetical to each other. You cannot believe trans women are women and be for women's rights. It's nearly impossible, if not impossible. You can't say men are women and then say you want women's rights. We cannot have women's rights if men can be women, because it's no longer women's rights. It's just human rights at that point.
So we can't support women.
You can support women, but you first have to acknowledge.
So then you're.
But that a part of
you've just said
supporting.
isn't correct.
No, a part of supporting women is that we acknowledge that men are not women. You don't want to acknowledge that. You think men can be women. That's the difference.
But there's a differentiation. We're not claiming to be biological women.
But that's what a woman is. Woman is biology. It's nothing else. That's the point you're missing. You seem to think that womanhood is something.
Just to touch on the chat, because they're bringing up sort of women's spaces, women's bathroom. I don't think, if I've had full gender reassignment surgery, I think that I should be able to use women's spaces.
No, and no. You're not reassigning anything. This is my issue. No matter what you do to your body, you're still a male. Why can't you just have respect for women's boundaries and just realize that there's an immutable fact about you? That fact being you're a male and you do not belong in women's spaces. You're not gender reassigning anything. There's no reassignment. You're the exact same thing you were when you started. This is my issue. You guys have no respect for women. You're basically saying, if I mock a woman good enough, I can go into her spaces. No, Lucy. Respectfully, no.
Okay, I disagree. But,
well, of course you disagree. That's why I don't think you're for women's rights. You cannot be for women's rights and say, if I cut my dick off and invert it, I can go into the women's restroom. Absolutely not. That's not pro-woman.
You don't even understand the actual surgery that happens if you think that it's inversion.
I'm sorry. Do you know what it's called? It's
of
literally.
Course I do.
Okay,
I've had it, but I'm not going to discuss that on a live stream.
Of the two procedures that exist for trans women, what are the two of them called? Take a wild guess. And he left. So you see what I'm talking about? You guys are fucking ignorant and you want to deceive everyone. Do you know what the surgery is called? The surgery is called penile inversion vaginoplasty. That's what it's called. It is literally in the name. Literally in the name. It is literally called penile inversion. Luna, can I get your age, please?
Hi, I'm 23.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Do you disagree with the prompt?
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to like touch on what you were talking about because I thought it was interesting.
Okay, what did you want to touch on?
So, because you're saying that because it's a new version, so technically we all in utero start as female.
That's not
and
true.
if you look at the anatomy, it's
That's
like
not
very
true.
similar.
I'm gonna
kind
stop
of
you.
inverted,
I'm gonna
like,
stop
of the
you. I'm gonna
phallus and the
stop you. I'm
gonads.
going to stop you right there. That is not true. Humans do not start out female. Where are you? Y'all watching too much Dr. House.
For the people who are talking
It is
about my
not.
name, this
It
is
is
not my
not true.
actual
Hold on.
name,
1 second.
sweeties.
Stop.
I don't
Luna.
post my
Luna.
name
Luna.
online. I'm not
Luna. Hello. Hey. Listen, Linda. Listen. Stop looking at the comment section. Stop. Stop. You're talking to me. If you wanted to talk to the comment section, you can go back and talk to them. Stop. Listen to me, talk to me. Ignore the comment section. As a matter of fact, the more you address the comment section, the more they're going to agitate you. Stop. Listen to me. And he left. I'm telling you, y'all don't want to actually listen to anything anybody has to say. Y'all want to yap to each other. I'm so tired of doing it. He left, by the way. I didn't drop him. He left on his own. I didn't remove him from the box.
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Can I get your age before you ask your stupid, probably homophobic questions?
Yeah, 19. And how am I homophobic?
I said you're probably going to be homophobic, but ask your question.
Sure. But I've been listening for some time now, and you said trans women somehow perpetuate rape culture when they're less than 1% of crimes. So how exactly?
I'm sorry. Does something being less than 1% of crimes mean it's not a bad thing?
Well, it's still a bad thing, but making a generalization about a whole entire group of people is
I
kind of
didn't
harmful.
make a. And this is the thing. Y'all are projecting the way that y'all think onto me. Where on the screen does it say all trans women are doing it? Or does it say that there are trans women out there that do? What does it say on the screen?
Well, what's the point if it's only 1%?
No, hold on, no. What does it say on the screen? Because what you all do is y'all come up in here, you mischaracterize what's written there, you guys get upset at something I'm not even saying. If you want to get upset at things people aren't even saying, talk to your mirror or talk to the duppy in your room. Don't come up into my life and start talking to me.
It says trans women are. Are you black? I'm just curious.
Oh, okay, no, I'm fucking pink. What do you think?
Are you black? Answer the question.
What do you think, nigga? What do you think?
Okay, so do you know something's loud? I have to move. But do you know that black people actually commit the most crime out of any other racial demographic? So are you gonna say the same thing about black people?
What are you talking about?
Well, that's what you're doing. You're talking about trans people being harmful and committing rape culture when it's only 1%.
Well, actually, can I explain the difference to you? Because you clearly don't understand the difference. You just do comparisons. The difference is that the committing of the rape culture from trans people is on the basis of the fact that they are trans. The black people committing crimes isn't because they're black. There's a very clear difference.
How is it on the basis of their trans? No, they're just
because
trans
it's on the base. I can explain if you allow me to speak.
Okay, explain. How do you know that? Put a source
it's on
for
the
that,
basis of their. I'll explain. It's on the basis of their trans identity, because the whole point is that they're not disclosing that they are transgender. That's what they're not disclosing. They're not disclosing that they're trans, which is what leads to the essay. Not analogous to anything else like a black. Okay, 1%. It could be 0.1%. Grape is grape and it's wrong.
Okay, but why do you have to go on a panel and talk about how trans women are bad?
Because it's 1%. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is the thing. This is what y'all do. This is a problem with the movement. You will go so far to defend trans people, you end up minimizing grape. Are you listening to yourself?
Well, I can do the same thing for black people.
Wait. Are you listening?
I can say black people
stop.
rape
Are
other
you
people.
Listening to yourself? Do we all hear this man minimizing grape right now? It's only 1%.
I'm not minimizing it. You're just
you are
minimizing
when you say, sir, stop. When you say it is just 1%, you are minimizing it, sir.
Yeah, but did you know your own
Yeah, but what? Hey! Yeah, but nothing, nigga. No. Yeah, but nothing. There's no yeah, but. It's yeah, and you shut the fuck up. What do you mean, yeah, but? Where the but come from?
Would you do the same thing? Would you make another panel about black people and how black people-
No. It is not yeah, but. There's no yeah, but. You don't get to say we minimize grape and we go, yeah, but it's just 1%. There is no yeah, but. It don't matter if it's one person getting grape. It don't matter if it's 2. It don't matter if it's 10 million fucking thousand. Grape is wrong, point blank, period.
I always said it was wrong.
Okay, and that's why I'm addressing it. It is wrong.
Yes, but there's no point in addressing it if it's only 1%.
Yes, there. Okay, stop. How much percent of the world? Hold on. How much percent of the world are serial unalivers?
Well, it's mostly men.
I didn't ask you what sex the men.
Do you make generalizations about all men too?
Sorry, answer my question. How much percentage of the world are serial unalivers?
Oh, I don't know.
It's 1%. Should we no longer talk about serial unalivers because it's only 1% of crime, or only 1% of the population?
In Western countries, it's probably higher.
No, it's 1% of the world. Look up how many percent of the world are serial unalivers for me, please.
Okay, but that's not like a demographic.
1%.
No, that's not a race.
Serial unalivers are not a demographic.
No, that's not an identity, is what I mean.
Sorry, it is a demographic. It is.
Yes. Okay, I misspoke.
Okay, great. No, hold on. No, stop. So stop. Hold on. Stop.
It's not like it's a certain amount of white people, a certain amount of black people.
Do we get to ignore serial unalivers because they're only 1% of the population? That's what you're saying. That's your logic. Your logic is ignore when trans people, great people, because it's they're only 1% of the population. You absolute lemon.
Well, that's what you're saying. Of that. So
that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No,
that's what you're saying.
Maybe listen
that's
to
what
me.
You're saying.
Maybe listen
that's
to me.
what you're saying. That's what you're saying. You
listen instead of speaking for
absolute
once.
nut job. That's what you're saying, sir.
Maybe listen
Yet again,
instead of speaking.
I don't care how much percent of them are doing it. The point is, people out there are deceiving people into thinking they're the opposite sex and engaging sexually with them. Can you engage with that point instead of trying to minimize victims of SA? Stop trying to. If you minimize them any further, I'm going to kick you from the box. Because what we're not going to do here is minimize people who experience SA.
First, explain how I am minimizing it.
I explained how you are minimizing it because when I explained to you how it is SA, you said, and I quote, but it's just 1% of the population.
No,
that
it's 1%.
That is you. That is you. Hello. Hola. Bonjour. That is you minimizing it.
It's only 1%.
That is you. There's a minimization again. There it is again.
Mostly men who commit these crimes.
Trans women are men, nigga. Men. They are adult human men, adult human males.
It's not. It's separate from biology.
Men. Men. Men.
How are they men? It's not.
They
biology.
are adult human males.
No,
when
it's
you
a subjective identity.
No, it is not. No, they are men.
According to who?
According to biology.
No institution supports
according to
biology. From biology.
Sorry, it is not separate from biology. Grape statistics.
Explain how it's not separate from biology.
If you allow me to speak, maybe I can. Grape statistics are collected on the. Sorry, I do let you talk. I must not let you minimize SA, which is what you did.
I didn't minimize SA. I said it's
yes,
only
you
1%
did. Sorry,
sorry.
If you unmute again, I'm gonna drop it from the box. Allow me to ask my chat a question. Do not unmute your mic. I'm going to ask a question. People in chat, if I give you an example of a person being SA'd, and if a person gives you an example, and you respond by saying, or a person responds by saying, it's just 1%, or it's just 2%, or it's just 4%, is that minimization of SA? Basic common sense. If I'm giving you examples of people being SA'd and your response is it's just 1%, that is you minimizing SA. Yes, you are. And you look like a dummy doing it. You are minimizing SA and it is wrong.
Can I explain my points?
Yeah, sure. Grape apologist. Go right ahead.
I'm not a grape apologist.
You definitely are. Or you are.
I'm saying that trans women are committing those crimes are only 1% of grape culture, and it's majority of cis
Does that
men
change?
doing it.
Does that change the point that it is SA?
Yes, because why are you talking about
Does it
cis
change
men?
the point?
Well,
does
why
it
are you talking
change?
about cis men?
Does it change the point that it is SA?
That's like seeing 50. Like,
does
that's
it
like seeing-
change? Hello.
Let me speak.
Does it
That's
change?
like seeing 50
does
apples
it change?
and only
I'm sorry.
one of those
Okay, so you're not
apples is
you're not
poison,
you're not
and then-
you're not registering. Does it change the fact that it is SA? Yes or no? Does it change the fact?
No.
Has the fact? Okay, great. So address the point.
But why are you talking about this in the
address the point. It does not matter if it's 1%, 2%, 0.2545995%. It does not matter. It is still SA. And the reason I am talking about it is because when trans people do it, when people say that they've been SA'd, they're ignored. When cis men assault women, they are chastised. Y'all bring them up all the time.
Well, no, you
but when it's a man,
trans
no.
women- when a
But when
trans
it's a man
woman-
in a dress, when it's a man in a dress not disclosing, then it's only 1% of the population. You people are walking hypocrites. To the point now where you're supporting SA and you're defending SA
I'm
and
not
you're minimizing it.
supporting it.
Yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
No,
You
I'm
are
not.
you are
Explain
minimizing
how
it.
I'm supporting it. I'm not.
I explained
No.
I explained your minimization of it. I explained to you before. If I say to you that people are being SA'd and your response, instead of acknowledging first that it is
I
SA,
did acknowledge it.
You
I
did not originally. I had to keep asking you. The first thing you said when I told you that they were SAing people by not disclosing was, "Mother, it's only 1% of the population." That's the first thing you said, sir.
I said it's 1% of grape culture.
That was the first thing you said.
I said it's 1% of
It
grape
was
culture.
it was the first thing you said. The first.
Yeah, according to grape culture,
It
it's
was the
only
first.
1%.
Okay, so and it
Cis
does
men
not
commit those crimes the
And
most.
when you say it is only 1%, you are using minimizing language. You are minimizing SA. I'm going to keep repeating it to you.
Minimizing.
Yes, you are.
You're just nitpick.
Yes, you are. If you say it is only 1%, emphasis on only. If you're saying it is only 1%, you are minimizing it. What aren't you understanding? What isn't clicking, sir?
Okay, it's 1%, but it's not the entire of grape culture. It's committed by
I did
cis
not
men.
say it was the entirety of grape culture. So you're not
Why
even
are you
the prompt
talking about
anymore.
the 1% and rather
I am
the
talking about it.
99% of cis
I am
men who
talking
commit it?
about it because it is least spoken about and it is happening to a lot of
99%,
people.
and you're talking about the
It is least
1%.
because the 1% is least spoken about and is the most accepted.
No, you.
It is the most accept. It is the
1%
most.
of you
It is the most accepted form of SA when trans people don't disclose what sex they are. And then they run around and going, well, you're transphobic for not dating trans people or not sleeping with trans people.
It's not like they disclose it during sex or something. That doesn't happen.
They don't disclose at all.
No, they
The
don't
men have
disclose
to.
it at
The
the
men
start.
find out after.
Well, why would they disclose it at the start?
Sometimes they don't disclose at all.
Okay, sometimes.
And that is SA and it needs to be addressed.
Sure.
Okay, great. Then we agree. Have a good day. Dumbass. Type your ones and twos. Absolute nut job. I don't know how y'all are not getting it. I've explained it so many times. And he's back in my guest request now. It's a waste of time.
Whatever. I want to move on to another point then.
What's your next point?
I'm minimizing it.
You did minimize it. You did.
Okay, sure, whatever you say, buddy. But how are trans women not women?
Because they're adult human males. Adult human males are not women.
Okay,
They're
but it's
men.
separate from biology, so
No, it's not.
yes, it is.
Thank you, Rachel.
Any institution would agree with me.
Okay, can I get an institution that defines the word woman? Give me an institution.
United Nations.
Yeah, what's United Nations definition of the word woman?
Oh, I can pull it up right now. If you want.
Pull it up. Go ahead. Appeal to authority, by the way.
What are you appealing to?
Do you know what? I'm not appealing to anything.
Yeah, so your definition is non-existent. Then, if you're
It
not
doesn't
appealing
mean
to
it doesn't.
anything.
Sorry, where do you think definitions?
What are you
come from?
appealing to? You said
Where
nothing.
do you
so that
think?
means
Where
your
do you
own
think
head.
definitions? Where do you think definitions come from?
From a collective consensus. That's where they come from.
That's what common usage is. A definition doesn't necessarily have to fall in alignment with common usage. That's not true.
So why should I not trust them and trust you?
Well, because
why are you an authority then?
well, sorry, I'm not asking you to trust me over them. If you want to jump in a volcano and then go, why should I trust you? Jump in the volcano then, no? Go on then, no? Go, jump in the volcano and ask me why you should trust me and not them. Go then, no? Jump. Bring your paddleboard. Bring your entire all your material things. Jump in the volcano then. Go, jump. Go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Right? So tell me what the United Nations definition of the word woman is. I want to hear it. Nothing? No.
I'm searching for it, buddy. Just
It
wait.
take you that long?
Yes.
What computer are you on? You're on Windows 4? Talking about the United Nations. The nigga don't even know the name of it. He doesn't even know the definition. Listen, I'm not waiting 3 to 5 business days, you know.
Okay, just wait.
In the meanwhile, can we get those likes to
Okay, I
150k,
found it.
champ?
The United Nations defines women as individuals who are part of the world's 500 million women and girls, representing half of the global population.
Women are people who belong to half the population of women. What a stupid definition. You didn't tell us what a woman was. You just repeated the word again. So what is the United Nations, y'all? Dumb. United Nations need to unite. They're not smarter than me, because a person who's smarter than me, a person who's smart would know that when you're defining a word, you don't repeat the word itself, right? United Nations, stop. United Nations need to be uniting their brain cells and stop United Nations, because they don't know how to unite anybody, right? That's not a definition. You can't say, oh, women are half the population of women. That's not describing anything. That's not a definition. Can I get a definition of the word, please?
Okay, sure. Give me a second.
From the United Nations, by the way.
Yeah, a woman is someone from the United Nations.
Yes, that's where you said you trust them more than me. So I want to see where the United Nations defines the word woman. I know you lied, by the way. The United Nations does not have a definition of the word woman. They don't.
Okay, sure. If we're going off that, then
So hold on. So hold on. So do you admit that you lied?
Well, I just can't find it. So I
Do
don't.
you? Well, because it doesn't exist, my nigga. It does not exist. You lied.
Well, they are.
The United Nations does not.
pro-trans.
The United Nations does not have a definition of the word woman. You
They are
lied.
pro-trans though. And
You,
some
I
women-
don't give a
trans
shit.
women
That
as well.
you lied about the United Nations having a definition of the word woman. If it is there, show it to me. Because they don't.
I just can't find it right now.
Because it doesn't exist. It's like looking for a dragon. Where are you going to find it?
They would obviously have a definition if they support trans people.
No, they don't. That's the point.
They do support trans people.
Okay, that's the point. They're supporting trans women as women, and they don't know what a woman is. That's how much of a tomfoolish friggin'
No, I just can't
fuckery
find
is.
it right now.
Because it's not there.
But a woman is like someone who has a gender identity that like correlates to a female.
Where does it say that from?
This
the
is my
United
own
Na-
definition.
No, so I can't make up definitions.
Well,
but
it's
you
supported
can.
by institutions. Yours
Okay,
is
what?
not.
Okay, tell me. Give me an institution that defines the word woman. It's not the United Nations. What's the next one?
Sure.
Name an
Give me a
organization.
second.
Okay, you don't know.
I do know. I just need a second.
Name it. Name it. You don't know. So this
No, I
is
do
the other
know.
issue.
Just
So this
give
is
me
the
a
other.
second,
This is
yeah.
the, no. Hold on. Stop.
American-
Stop. You're
the Civil
supposed
Liberties Union. That's one.
the American what?
American Civil Liberties Union.
What's the
That supports
definition
trans
of the word?
people.
What is the definition of the word woman for the American Civil Liberties Union?
It's a woman who identifies as a female.
A
Right, has a
woman.
f-
A woman
female
is
schema.
I thought you said it was separate from biology. Female is biology. Oh.
Wait, yes, it is separate.
Okay, so then why does the
Then
definition include
Female
female?
doesn't always have to have a biological.
Define
correlation to
female.
it.
Define female outside of biology. Go. Oh. Nothing. Define female outside of biology. Go.
Outside of biology?
Yeah.
Well, it would be a woman, honestly.
No, you already said woman. A woman is a person who identifies as female. Define female outside of biology. You hear the crickets in my background, chat? They're waiting for you.
Well, other definitions define like a
No,
dad as a
not
dad.
other. No. We're talking about the American Civil Liberties Union because you went from the United Nations. Now we're over to
Well,
the
I did.
No,
I
no,
said
no.
it
You
defines
can't
it as
keep.
a
You
female.
can't,
And now
girl.
you're
You,
asking me to
sir.
define what a
You
female
can't keep
is.
jumping. You cannot keep jumping definitions every time you're lying. Can I
How am I
get?
lying?
Because you said the UN defined the word woman. They do not. You lied.
No, they do. If they have like
Okay,
background
go
for
to the,
trans
then
people.
go. Okay, then stop. Let's go back to the UN. Show me where. You have camera access, I believe. No, you don't. Tell me where I can go to find the UN definition of the word woman. I'll look it up right here, right now. I'll pull it up on this device here.
Well, I gave you another source.
No. You said the United Nations has a definition for the word woman. I want to know what it is. Show
Well,
me where
I don't
on
know
the.
where it is. I don't know where it is.
Okay, so you.
I
Okay,
gave
so
you
how?
a
So
source
how?
though.
Hold on, stop. How do you know that they have a definition of the word woman if you don't know where it is?
Because they support trans people. That's how
Okay,
I know.
no, that does not follow.
How does that not follow?
Because it's very clear.
correlation.
Sorry, they support trans people blindly. Can we all type blindly in chat? Blindly. They blindly support trans people and they don't even know what a woman is.
Okay, that's
That
your own
proves-
opinion. That's your
that's
own
not my
opinion.
opinion. That's clearly the case.
Okay,
because you
source for
have
that
not
claim then?
show me where on the UN
'Cause I don't
website it shows.
know where to find it. I don't navigate the
because it does
source
not
for it. I don't
exist.
navigate the page
It does
often.
not exist. The UN does not have an established definition of the word woman. So you lied.
I didn't lie. I just don't know where
Then
to
show
find it
me.
yet.
Then show me where on the United Nations website it says.
Why
Has
are you
a
so
definition of the word.
hyper-focused on the
Why
United
are you
Nations?
so fucking
I gave you
dumb?
another
Can I
institution.
get no?
I
no.
gave you another.
I don't care for the other institution. I want you to show me where on the UN website the word woman is defined. Thank you, D. Can I get a D in chat for the galaxy? Thank you so much, love. Can I get a definition of the word woman from the United Nations? You said the United Nations. Oh, can I get W million chat for the raid? Thank you.
I gave you another institution.
I
so
don't
why are you
want
so
the other.
hyper-focused
No,
on that?
stop. You're pivoting. I don't want the other institution. I want the original institution you cited. If you're going to insist that the United Nations has a definition of the word woman, I want you to show it. I'm not going to move on unless you either concede that you do not have it and that it is not there. So you have two what's it called? You have two options, okay? Either you admit you don't have it or you show it.
I don't have it currently right now.
Okay, so you lied. Okay, great. So you
Well,
said you said the UN had a definition for the word woman and you lied. Can we all type liar in chat for this pathological lie? So you lied. All right, moving on. Next organization is the American Civil Liberties Union. What is the American Civil Liberties Union's definition of the word woman?
That a woman is a female, or like a woman that identifies as a woman.
Wait, but then that contradicts your answer that woman was separate from biology. You said that the
It's still
organizations
separate from biology.
okay to define female outside of biology.
It can be a woman.
No,
Do you know
woman
other
was-
definitions
You
of
said
origin
woman.
circular?
No, you said woman
Do you know
was
father?
You
The
said,
definition of
you
father is
said
also
woman.
circular?
You said woman was father is not circular. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's an adult male human in relation to his child or children, or male animal in relation to its
It's not
offspring.
always a male though. So what are you talking
Yes, it.
about?
Yes, it. Okay, hold on.
It can be a woman.
A woman cannot be a father.
How? Why?
Because women are mothers.
Why?
Because that's the term that is used to refer to adult human females in relation to their offspring, or female
Women can
animals in
also
relation
become
to
men, and men can also become
women.
so they can
Women
become
cannot.
fathers.
Women cannot become men. That also presupposes your definition of the word woman. I need a definition. You said a woman was a person who identifies as female. That contradicts the previous statement that you made that female and woman were separate. You said female was biology and woman was sociology. You contradicted your answer. So yet again, I want an answer to my question. Can I get a definition? Unless you can explain to me why your definition has the word female. Female refers to biology, and you acknowledged this previously.
Well, I'm not an expert on this, but
I see that.
it's an entirely subjective.
I see that.
thing.
Sorry. So hold on. Sorry. I would like
definitions
for you,
can change.
repeating this over and over does not change the fact that you lied about the UN saying that there was a definition for the word woman, and you also
I
contradicted
didn't
your
lie because I
answer.
thought they had a definition.
No, you thought wrong, so you were wrong.
Okay, don't call me a liar then.
You
like, what do you do?
Why would you say the UN has a definition for the word woman if you did not know?
Because the UN is pro-trans. That's why.
Okay, hold on. So you assumed.
And they actually care about people.
So you
unlike
assumed.
Would you not assume as well?
So you assume. Okay, people in chat. If a person is to ask me, does Mark have $5 in his pocket? And I don't know whether or not Mark has $5 in his pocket. And I still tell the person, yes, Mark has $5
No, that's
in
just
his
a bad
pocket.
analogy.
Did
because
I?
it's
No,
like-
hold on. Stop over talking me. Did I lie, chat? I don't know that Mark.
Why are
I
you
don't
so
know. I don't.
condescending,
Can
bro?
you stop? Why are you so dumb? If I don't know whether or not Mark has $5 in his pocket, but I still tell you that he does, did I lie to you? Yeah, I did. So if you did not know whether or not the UN had a definition for the word woman, and
Okay,
you
why are
still
you so
told,
hyper-focused on
sorry,
this? Let's
sorry,
move on.
stop.
Let's
I'm
move
high.
on.
Oh, thank you, Eden. Can I get W Eden in chat? Thank you. Good to see you. Can I get W Eden in chat for the whale diving? So so you lied, because if you did not know whether or not the World Health Organization, the United
Well,
Nations,
using
sorry,
context
if you did
clues,
not,
I
can
can
you
assume-
stop? Okay, so you made an assumption. What do assumptions do, y'all? They make an ass out of who? You and me. Don't make assumptions. You said the UN had a definition for the word woman. You did not know for fact whether or not they did. So you lied. You lied.
Let's move
Okay,
on.
beautiful.
Let's
So
move
we
on.
can move. So we can move. Stop. So we can move away. Thank you, D. Can I get
Yeah, that's why
WD
you're
in
so
chat, guys? Can I
hyper-focused
get the
on
W's for my
the
gifters in chat?
definition
Thank
of
you,
UN
D. I
because you're
appreciate
not
you,
good at anything
WD.
else,
Thank you
buddy.
so much, love. Right. So you acknowledge that the definition is not present on the United Nations. Now, the second portion is the American Civil Liberties Union. That definition contradicts your statement that the organizations say that biology is separate from woman. The word female is in your definition, therefore it involves biology. So you contradicted yourself again. A person
The
can't.
word female can also be used in like a non-biological context.
Okay, then
so-
define the word female in a non-biological way. Because we're no. So you're saying a woman is female, and female means something different from biology.
Well, the word
cannot
woman
return.
has multiple.
I did not
definitions.
ask you. Can you answer my question? Define the noun or adjective female outside of biology. Clueless. Look at him. Not a thought behind those eyes.
Like a woman. I already said a woman.
No, you're saying a woman is female. I now need you to expound on the word female without returning to the word woman.
Well, I'm not an expert on
You
this.
don't know. All right. Okay. So you don't know. So you're a dummy. So yet again,
No,
you
but
said,
gender is still subjective and it's-
another level of embarrassment. So you said the word female can be defined outside of biology. I asked you to do it and you can't do it. So you lied again about knowing whether or not female could be defined biologically. So you're a liar again. All right. So yet again now, give me another. So it's not so the American Civil Liberties Union doesn't support your belief system because. Doesn't it? How does the American Civil Liberties Union define the word female?
A woman is someone that has a
No, not female. No, not woman. Hold on. We're now expounding on the word female. The American Civil
Well, they don't
Liberties
define
Union.
female, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
all right. So
Look
that's
into
okay. So they don't have it well thought out, then, do they? So we can move away from the American Civil Liberties Union because female is biology, and you don't know how to define it outside of it. So next organization, please. So we've got. Let's go 3 for 3 now. What's the third organization and how do they define the word woman? Because, by the way, you said that you trust these organizations more than you do me, and these organizations have not done you any good service.
Yeah,
Just to
because
clarify.
who's your source? What
So can
source
I
do you
get
have?
stop your pivoting? Next, I'm still waiting for you to give a definition of the word woman from an organization that actually agrees with what you're saying. The UN doesn't have one, and the American Civil Liberties Union does not agree with you.
Well, no, it does agree with me because it's
It
entirely
doesn't.
subjective.
It doesn't because
it's still subjective.
It doesn't because your statement was that female and woman were separate. That's what
Okay,
you
buddy,
said from the
do you
beginning.
know what a social contract
Did
is?
you or did you not say that female and woman were separate? Yes or no?
Yes, the biological definition of female
Okay,
is separate.
so you said
but
okay.
female
okay.
can also be used in a different context. than
Then define the
biology.
word. Okay, so define the word female
I
in
don't
a
have
different
that on
context.
hand.
All right,
I
so
can
then
search it
don't.
up.
So then
Well, I
don't
can s-
mention it. Then don't mention it. You're repeating the same thing over and over, and you're unable to expound. The fact of the matter is, you do not know how to define the word female outside of biology. You
Well,
don't.
there's a definition for it. I can look it up if you
Okay,
want.
go look it up. So another assumption, by the way. So he assumed that it can be defined outside of biology. He doesn't even know that it can be. What does it say? Don't take too long. Read what it says. Don't skip over it, because we know that I know what came up on your screen when you typed that. What does it say? Silence, watch. Because right now what he's looking at are a set of sources that show biology, by the way. Read what it says. I'm giving you 5 seconds to read it or I'm kicking you off the panel. Read it.
Read it.
Read what it says.
Okay, the concept. This is for males, though. I searched up female.
No, female. What does it say?
Sure, I searched that in.
No. I hear you typing again. No. What did you type? Look at him.
Definition of female extends beyond biological
Yeah,
characteristics.
what's the
gender,
definition? What's the
complex, and
definition? What is the
multifaceted.
definition? What is the give the definition?
No, I
What is-
searched up. Can female be defined outside of biology?
Okay,
And it says
yeah,
yes.
so give the definition outside of biology. What's the
I'm reading
definition?
it right now.
No, you're just giving an explanation. I want a definition.
Well, I'll look for that too.
Exactly. You don't have one. Give it, please. Type in female definition outside of biology.
Sure.
This boy is so clueless. Sir, it's okay to be gay, by the way. You can sleep with a trans woman if you want to. There's no point in going through all of these mental gymnastics.
He's not against me or something.
Sorry,
Is he
can you?
homophobic and
Sorry, I
transphobic?
want a definition of the word female outside of biology, please. And tell me where you're getting it from. What does it say? Did you type it already? What does it say on the screen?
I'm looking for it.
No, what you're doing is you're scrolling past all the information that comes up originally that shows that it's biological, and you're ignoring it and you're not reading it. Read it. I'm giving you 10 seconds. If you don't, you're proving my point and I'm dropping you from the box. Answer the question. Read it.
This is a Google definition. It's an overview of it.
No, not the overview. I want the definition and the source.
Well, that's harder to find.
No, the AI overview directly to the right shows you the source. Look to the right. What's the name of the source?
I can go on Wikipedia probably.
Oh my Jesus. You really going to give us Wikipedia? Sir, get off my life. You're slow. Moving on. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. So we do 12 to 4 Jamaican time. All right. I appreciate y'all. It's Schweppes. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys so much. Yet again, if you enjoyed today's stream, type those red hearts in chat while you head out, guys. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for an amazing, amazing stream. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see y'all. Toodaloo.